Empty desk. Turn that light off. Okay, here, hold on. Monitor, right? I just put white on it. See if the sound is working. Check, check, check. Do you have any sound coming through here? All right, hang up phone. Boom. Phone is muted. Oh, I hate hats and chairs, man. This chair's so high. My channel. What are you broadcasting with? Right, just Radeon? And I got a little bit delayed, so we didn't get to iron any stuff out. Yep, my bad. Where's videos? There we go. Live. No. The brightness of the 4K is washing me out completely. I can put it in picture mode. I put it on reader mode. There. Ooh. It's much better. It was way better. Weird. My videos. YouTube Studios. What ring? Like the doorbell stuff? I haven't heard any like specific things about it. Affiliate link below. Wait, so hold on. What are you, just to interrupt you, I'm really sorry. If you're using Radeon for going live, are you able to tell it just that window, or is it just do? Okay, gotcha. Okay, I'm gonna pull yours up over here. That's gonna be this one on that. Really? I hear you just fine. Did you go live? Why didn't it notify me? Oh, I know. It didn't notify me. Because I'm in this one right now. Oh, there's an ad popping up. Skip. I heard you mute your audio in the stream. Hey, I heard you muted. Hold on to talk for a second. No, that I said don't talk for a second. Yeah, I don't hear. I was just seeing to see if I could see your mouth moving on the stream, but not talking. Okay, I'm not going to use Radeon. I'm going to use Gamecaster. Gamecaster, yes.
Testing. It's all working there.
I hear you saying. I heard you saying that in the stream. Yeah, because I can tell the difference between your voice on this versus on YouTube. Discord DXE. We're gonna use this one. You don't hear me? Ooh, fancy colored headset. Discord, that one there. Edit. See. I can hear you, but I think it's through the other thing. Save.
When I do this. Let's see here. Wait, output. Input, output. Hmm. All right. There we go. That should be it. Did that do it? Did that do it? Let's see if I'm fixed. No, I'm not hearing nothing from my TV.
Check.
Do you hear it, Jeff?
No. I'm just watching to see you move. Yeah, but it's just very quiet.
It's very quiet?
I think so.
All right, let's crank.
Oops.
How about now?
I don't know. I accidentally clicked to a different video.
Nice. I'm working now? Yep, fixed. Okay, good. So everything's working now? We're past this little endeavor?
You know what? I don't think. Okay, sorry. Back.
Yep, okay, all working.
Camera source, XSplit VCam, Logitech, this one, but I'm not using camera on this because we have it through Discord.
In lighter news, I have no idea what I'm talking about. Okay, yeah, so anyway, I was talking about this Ring stuff because I thought it was kind of interesting. I think they had the whole security system, which gives you 4 window door sensors, the alarm panel, a motion sensor, a wireless extender. Hey, brother, what's up? John's in here. Anyway, hey, John, have you heard of this Ring stuff? Have you played around with it at all? Let me know. But anyway, it was on sale for like $279 or something for the whole kit. So I thought maybe I'd build off it for fun.
Yeah, I've heard of the Ring stuff. It's supposed to be good.
Okay, you're hearing me. Good. I have them installed in my house. Oh, yeah? And working good, bro? Now, you can also watch the stream, too, which will be the exact same stream, but you can at Jeff's site, Hobby Revolution, YouTube.
Yep, once I hit stream here.
Oh, you're not streaming yet?
No, I was... I had one set up, right? But I switched over to Gamecaster to stream with. Try it out versus yours.
Hey, Yoshi.
Where is she?
Yoshi.
Oh, over there, yeah.
Yoshi, if anybody sees a naked person walking behind Jeff, just ignore it. That would get me flagged. Would that get me flagged? That might get me flagged, right?
Very, very possible.
Oh, dude, you got to tell me how much. I want to pay for that. If you guys don't know, John bought me a shirt that says Game Over. And if you haven't watched his video yet, he starts off covering it, and then he shows it off. Great guy. You got to go check out Complete Technology Solutions. So, guys, again, I'm going to introduce myself just in case, and then anybody watching this later on. It's where we get most of our views, because this is something, of course, me and Jeff have to build slowly to get an audience. We're going to try and do this at least every Saturday, once a week from now, and go from there and build this under review show. So I'm Paul, aka, of course, the LastGameHunter, and the other guy on the other screen that might want to tell who he is.
I'm Jeff, Hobby Revolution.
AKA Stalker.
Stalker and a whole bunch of different stuff. And
yeah.
That's actually been my alias that I've used since I used to play Laser Quest when I was 15, I think, 14, 15.
Wow. I've been known as Venom, Insane Venom, in the gaming. I almost lost my voice. In the gaming world for, holy cow, right up until, I'd say the beginning of internet. That's where they knew me, or MIRC and all that stuff.
Merc.
Hey, Merc. Hobby Revolution is live.
I was going to say, apparently I should be live now.
There's a few topics that are going to be on the table tonight. One is Intel. Yep, I'm actually saying it, Intel. But we can't have Intel without AMD. There's also going to be talks about the wonderful world of Sega 60. Go Sega. Or no Sega. I don't know how to put this yet, but we'll get to that. So we're going to have a few things that we're going to talk about each episode. And, of course, we're just going to shoot the shit. I don't know if I want to say swearing isn't a go, because if it happens, it happens. This is live. This is life. So that's the way it's going to be. And we're going to build this baby until it doesn't, until the boat sinks.
I would like to see So I don't know if we can do it with this, but because we can't do scenes and everything with this, right?
No. And this is another thing.
So
This is a test bed. We're actually using Discord right now to do the split screen. We tried Skype, but Skype actually kind of sucked. Trying to figure out how we can do this in the future better, and maybe John knows. Maybe John is actually the tech department we're looking for. Also, I'm just going to put this out here. I'm also looking to grow a team. And what I mean by growing a team is I'd like to grow a team called LGR or LGR LGH. I can't even get LGR. I don't know what that is.
What's the R?
I don't know. Rejects. Rejects.
That's way better than what I was gonna go with.
I'm gonna keep with that.
Yeah, go with that.
So
it's bad.
So I would like to have a group of YouTubers and create a family called Team LastGameHunter. Basically, a lot of other YouTubers have done this.
Better.
And what it is, I want a few people that I like. I like where they're going with their show. I trust them to not be, the jerks down the street. And I want to grow this community. And I'm not big by any means, but I want to help other people grow as well. I've been doing this now for 2 years, and it's been a lot of work. And it's a lot of work. 300 videos later, and, I'm just hitting the 1,300 subscriber mark. So you put in your time, and you just hope for what you can get out of it. So if you have to burp live, you burp live. Whew, excuse me.
Yeah, I just did that too, but I did it silently.
Well, mine was... You heard mine?
I'm only kind of half paying attention, really, to what you're saying.
Oh, wow.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm multitasking.
See why I had to pick that guy? I'm sure...
Like
now, guys...
like for anybody that remembers Pokeroo.
Pokeroo. How you do,
yeah.
Pokeroo?
Exactly. I show up now and then. You never know what's going to happen, but you know it's a great episode when I do.
You know what, though? The Americans may not know who Pokeroo is.
They may not.
No, because I think that was a Canadian show. The Polka Dot Door. Anybody remember that? Anybody seen that, maybe?
Yeah. It was on right before or right after today's special. I think it was right before today's special.
I can't remember. I just remember Pokeroo, and he was like, Where? But somebody always disappeared when Pokeroo came, and he never, ever seen him. That was fishy. That was really fishy. See?
I think that guy's that always disappeared. I think his name was Jeff.
Hey, hola! That's about all I know on that word because you wrote it. Sorry. But I'm sure it means hello. Welcome to the first ever episode of Under Review.
H's are silent. It's hola.
Hola? Hola. Hola. Oh, I always watch, my daughters watch that show, Dora the Explorer. That's it.
How did I know Dora?
Is an old friend of mine. Zane's an old friend of yours. Hey, bring all your friends in. We need viewers. This show needs sponsors, people. Sponsors.
Yeah, I wonder if I can, I could also live straight to Facebook page too, but I'm not going to bother.
That's kind of cool, though. And you're using what to stream right now?
Right now I'm using XSplit Gamecaster.
Okay. And I'm wondering, maybe...
It'll let me do stream to multiple things too, but I don't have enough internet upload bandwidth, I don't think.
Right.
I'm not even sure if this is going to work. And it's funny because I flipped over to my stream. I've got both of ours open on separate windows.
Mm-hmm.
And mine, it shows the entire Discord window.
Really?
But, yeah. Well, because... Oh, wait. I can do...
You're not in full screen.
Yeah, but I don't want it to full. I can do pop-out, I think. I can
no, pop-out, I think, flips it. Hey there, buddy. We can see you. We can see you. Hey.
That was Nolan.
That was Nolan.
Let's see. Oh, so now with the player popped out, it doesn't show us anymore.
Hey, he's going to be our mascot. That or Yoshi. Yoshi.
Turn to app, pop in. Okay, so if I go full screen, I guess it just takes over that whole entire...
One thing I'd like to... I don't know if we want to get on topics yet, Jeff, or do we just want to fool around for a bit and then get on topics as people start maybe coming in? We want to make this enjoyable for everybody. We want to make it stupid, live, and as fun as possible. To, like I said, our first time doing it. We're trying to figure it out. Bear with us, but we will build you a show.
And it will likely be moderately entertaining.
He did say moderately.
I'm being realistic.
No, that is realistic, yep. And
was,
do not think we're fighting. It may look like we might fight live at some point in time, but we're really not. We're really not. Oh, and if you guys are wondering about my big gaming machine and how well it's going, and I should have probably had shown you guys already, well, you see that carcass back there? That's it. That is my gaming machine. You see that there's no motherboard, and it's empty, and the water, AIO, everything's on top? Yep. So, I'll get right into that, Jeff, just for a little bit of updates. It blowed up. It blowed up real good. I
hit caps lock by accident as I was typing.
Oh.
Redo a lot of stuff.
So what is happening is the Gigabyte Aurorus Elite motherboard died. There was some sort of a oozing. Me and Jeff both think. Did you try pouring coffee on it? I wanted to. I really did.
It came with its own coffee that it spit out.
It did. It literally on the back of the board spit like an ooh. It dyed. Yes, it did. It dyed real good.
It was like beyond the magic smoke that's usually released. It was the magic goo.
When I told Gigabyte about it, they're like, can you send us a pic? I'm like, no problem. You touched it, it was, the caps up into VRM. So it was not good. I did order a really gorgeous board I'm not going to talk about right now. I'll do an open box on it real soon. I think it's coming Monday or Tuesday. I'll try and get that done next week early. But this board should shake a few people pretty smiley. It's going to be very nice anyway. I it's really what I wanted. I was trying to save money because, we're YouTubing on a budget. Everybody thinks that everything for me is free. It's not. Show off. Hey, look what my wife made me wear tonight. She bought it for this. Hide and Seek Champion.
Oh, man. Work Paul's going to love that.
Yep. You know why I'm the Hide and Seek Champion? Because my wife doesn't have a damn clue where the hell I am. This basement office is hidden.
It's like a panic room?
It's like a panic room. Yep. Well, it will be. So anyway, I did buy myself I'll say it's a Gigabyte board. I'm a Gigabyte fanboy. I'm sorry to say that. Jeff has tried to sway me a little, saying, hey, why don't you do this one, that one? And this is where we bunt heads sometimes, and that's cool. We all have our different things. He likes Nintendo vintage-wise. I like Sega vintage-wise. But we both like Xbox today. So you can't be opposites attract. You know what I'm saying?
Weird.
That's a little bit odd.
Oh.
FYI, your entire image is reversed. Everything is... I know. It's Hide and Seek Champion. I guess the camera's going to flip it. Hey, Scuffed Army. How are you doing? Hey, is that a Hellcat picture in your... Nice.
What do you mean Hide and Seek Champion's reversed?
When I see it, it looks right.
My shirt's reversed, but your shirt's is the right way.
What? Oh.
My shirt's reversed.
So maybe they're seeing yours right and mine reversed. I don't know.
That's weird.
Even the logo in the background is reversed.
I managed to put a...
I have no idea why, but
we'll have a camera covering your face.
We'll live. No, his is normal. That's weird. How am I reversed there, Jeffries?
I don't know.
Maybe I should move me over there. Yeah.
See.
But anyway,
problem.
Just wondering if you knew everything in your background from your camera is backwards. That's two people. Everything in my background is backwards. So my mic is over here?
No, your mic's where you pointed it first.
But this way?
Your mic's still... No, it's still where you're pointing no matter what you do. It's on your right shoulder, on my left side.
No. My mic's over here.
What?
Hello? No, my mic is over here. Everything's backwards. How's everything backwards?
Go, let's switch to
Oh,
settings.
man, my camera's nuts. Trying to be very normal with my wording there. Swearing's one thing. Saying the wrong words is another. Everything's backwards. So Dreamcast is backwards over there? Is Dreamcast over there?
You're pointing to Dreamcast, right? What? Not now.
No.
On my stream, you're pointing to Dreamcast in the right way. I've got so many windows of me and you like talking and playing. I don't know what to look at. I have your stream. I have my stream. I have the actual chat, and then apparently the preview that I just put up on Facebook is also there too.
See, my problem is because I'm using my 43-inch TV. If I try to put up more than one stream right now, I lose my chat. I don't know why. Again, we're work in progress. I'm very wondering about the flipped whatever. But does it look bad or is it still okay? It's just odd. I mean, it's okay if it's flipped for now until we figure that out.
Off. Why is it?
Scuffed Army, if you own that yellow Daytona, or no, that's an SRT, I think, that I see in your thumbnail, that rocks, bro. And other guy over here, he used to have one.
Camera source.
I'm getting an image. Hold on here.
Game source. There we go. Save.
Well, my image shows... Oh, I guess, yeah, this should be this way, shouldn't it? The hide is on this side.
It's, no matter when you point to it, it's never going to change. No matter how many times you do it, it's going to be in the same spot.
Hold on. Wait.
Can we just stop bugging Paul about his shirt, or else he will take it off?
I will take it off. I will take it off. My picture shows the same thing as me.
I almost went and bought.
So I am seeing it backwards too then.
I see my shirt
But
backwards, but I see your shirt proper.
I don't know.
Let me flip to your stream. Maybe it looks different on... Yeah, ha! Your stream, yours is backwards and mine is the right way.
Hold on. So you're saying your stream, yours is... No, mine's backwards on the stream I'm looking at too.
Which is your stream.
Yeah.
And my shirt's the right way.
Yeah. Hide and seek on your shirt is backwards as well. Yeah, I'm seeing that now. Actually, I see it physically now, so I'm seeing it backwards. I have no idea why. I'll figure that out in settings another time. We've had enough bad starts to this video. So,
but it's kind of weird, though, that, like, on each of ours, our own shirt is backwards, but the other thing is the right way.
It's really weird. On another note, I guess whoever's played... Hey, Time Bandit, what's up, buddy? I know we're showing a mirror image. Here we go. All right, hold on. Let's see if I can fix this in settings. Let's see. What is this shit? Turn on screen share. No.
Oh, you said a bad word.
I fucking did not. Oh, there goes the kids watching my show. Settings, mate. I'm going to try here. Let's see. Video. No.
All right, I'll check as well.
Uncheck mirror. Let's see here.
Settings, app settings, voice and video, push to talk.
Enable quality, advanced voice, automatic gain control, echo, noise. I don't see anything for it. Doesn't go any further. Oh, wait. Debug. It's into cam software. Uncheck mirror. Okay. So would that be... Okay, let me just do a quick... Back there, let's go to cam app. Let's see if it's backwards here. Whoops. No, it won't let me do that because we're there, but let's see if I can... Oh, you...
Well, you can hit settings, though.
Settings where? I just tried and it wouldn't let me hit settings.
In the camera app, it doesn't let you set it?
I hit it, and then... I go here. And I hit here. Oh, now it's doing it. Advanced controls.
I don't see it anywhere.
Flicker reduction. I don't see it there either. Pro mode. Show advanced controls for photo videos. What's this? New experimental features. Da, 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 da. Change for photos. Change privacy. No. What's this? Timer. Nope. Framing grid. Show advanced controls. No, I don't have anything there that's worthwhile. Bandon, unless you know where to go, I'm in Lost World. If I right click this, nope, that don't do nothing. Right click my video, that don't do nothing. What's this? Focus. Whoa, we're focusing on Jeff. Ah.
I'm just gonna sit back, relax a little bit. Let me know when you're done.
That's not funny. Okay.
I'm comfy.
Can we get through this with me backwards?
I think you'll be all right.
I think we'll be all right. Let's just forget that everything's backwards. Sonic the Hedgehog editor. Hey, buddy. Any friend of Sonic, or if you are Sonic, is a friend of this channel. Not gonna lie. What's up? Okay. I think, Jeff, we're going to start this off because I need to address something about Intel. We're going to start off there. Instead of being a video game right now, we got to address something about Intel.
Intel. Okay.
Yeah. So, benchmarks to the benefits of tech. Basically, the CEO of Intel is basically stating, first time talking on here. Yeah, well, welcome. Welcome. Everybody, welcome Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh, Mario just ran away.
He's basically stating that why are we measuring benchmarks anymore, and we should measure basically what our chips can do. To me, that sounds like someone who's losing a battle. What's your take on this?
Well, I didn't have a chance to read it yet because of everything that happened. So I'm just pulled up the article right now.
I am a Pepsi guy, sorry. But it was orange. I wanted orange.
Moving away from traditional bet. Here, you know what? I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, so basically this guy was Robert Swain. Next Gen Tire Lake and all this crap.
Bam. How's that? Oh, you can't see that now. I got to do it the different way. My stream has the article up there.
Well, see, this is my personal take right off the beginning here. If you're losing and your bench, I mean, let's face it, most of our people here that I know have definitely been in the computer business or know their computers. And from when I had my first 186, yes, I'm dating myself, I'm old. I'm 47.
No such thing.
Yeah. 186, 8086, whatever you want to call it. I call it a 186.
But that's wrong.
Benchmarks were put in place, and that was the way we said who was better till today. Now Intel's going, we shouldn't measure in benchmarks anymore. And there's Jeff and his notebook check. The thing is, that just downright tells me they're scared of AMD. There's my take on it. Anybody want to comment in the comments? Go ahead. I'm not bashing on Intel. I'm not a big Intel fan. I never have been. I've been an AMD lover since the 333 with 3D Now technology and have never looked back. I've never bought an Intel in between. And it's a good thing you cannot see the 7700 over there on a board because I only bought that for a test. Just saying. That's Jeff, I want to hear your thoughts on this because I know you're you got something to say.
I will, yeah. I'm just trying to see what his actual. I'm just reading into what his actual point is here.
Right, they've been king of the hill for so long. That's right. And John, I'll tell you this right now. If Intel was winning this bench test war, they would not be saying we shouldn't use benchmarks anymore. That's just my take. I believe they're running scared. They do not know where to go. They're trying to boost this 14 nanometer crap that they're still dealing with. They can't get any more pulled out of it. And they're like, oh crap. AMD is dominating us. Now they're dominating us in single core, which is the only thing Intel was holding on to. And they didn't talk about not bench testing CPUs then. As soon as the XT was mentioned, bench test. Why are we doing bench tests? Seriously? I'm sorry, Mr. CEO that makes a lot more money than I could ever dream of Intel. Yes, you guys make good products. I am not going to knock what you guys do. And I'm not here, again, to bash Intel in any which way or form. But I am just going to say... Chicken! Bark, 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 bark. That's me. Jeff, give me your 2 cents on that.
Okay, so here's my I just quick read over, and it wasn't actually his whole thing, unfortunately, that I got to read. It was that notebookcheck.net's take on it.
Yeah. That's right, Sonic. Very funny.
So yeah, Intel was like top on benchmarks, whatever. So now that the new Intel stuff is coming out and crushing them, it does look really bad.
Well, not the new AMD is out crushing them.
Yeah, sorry, yeah. The new AMD stuff is out crushing them. I mean, especially if you factor in dollar for dollar. I mean, they've always, to me, always been ahead dollar for dollar.
Yeah.
For like, what, over 20 years as far as I'm concerned. But I think what he's trying to say is that the benchmark only tells part of the story.
Absolutely. I agree with that.
Because Intel previously had used benchmarks, like it worked in their advantage before.
It always worked in their advantage. And yeah. You're talking about a company, let's keep this in mind, people. You're talking about a company that bought and paid for 90% of the benchmarkers to write in software, and they were caught for it. That made their CPU look better. Even when they were apparently better. But going back, like you said, an 8350 was benched against a $2,000 processor in the past. Was that fair?
No, of course not. Like if you take a okay, here, let me just pull up Canada Computers real quick.
That's right, Canada Computers. You guys heard that live. We all know about, what's the other one in the States? The big one?
Micro.
Was it Micro? No.
Micro Center.
Yeah. Micro Center, yeah. Well, I do really want to visit a Micro Center. Don't get me wrong, I do. Our big thing is Canada Computers. I'm not sure if we would put them on par with Micro Center, but they're the biggest thing here. Based
on what I've seen on videos, I'm going to say not even close.
Yeah, Micro Center kicks our butt.
Not even close. Not even what Canada Computers has online on their website comes close, let alone if they actually have it in store or not.
And if the unfairity of pricing is unbelievable.
It's actually not as far off. I was looked up a couple yesterday, actually. The 3800. 3800X is okay. For example, Canada Computer 3800X right now is $479. If I pull up Micro Center,
see what I seen. I was looking at the 3900X. It's $429 in the United States and $649 Canadian. I don't know about you, but the math is about $575. So $599 would have been the Canadian sweet spot without price gouging. And I'm seeing an extra $50 hammered onto that processor, and we don't know why.
Well, I can tell you exactly why.
Well, you can tell me exactly why, but do you know AMD's head office is in Canada?
Where are they produced, though?
Well, that's a good point.
Which way does the supply chain come from?
I understand.
Coming into Canada from the States, everything gets extra taxes, extra charges, everything. Okay, so just as a 3800X for an example, right now is $310 US right now.
Okay.
At Micro Center. 3800X at Canada Computers is $379.
That's fair.
So if I go 310 USD to Canadian comes out at 416 is what the direct conversion is, and yet it is for, what did I say? 3800X, right?
Yep.
So 479 Canadian, and which converts to 416. So that's what, 480, 460. So it's $60, $64 difference. That's about 15%. Probably actually 13%, which is about the duty that gets charged on everything coming into Canada.
Right.
So, I mean, we always have that. Like, if you went and you looked up a UK price, it's probably going to be about like 320 pounds.
Well,
which is,
Time Bandit is actually in the UK. If you're there, you want to look it up and let me know. A 3800X. Now,
because I know like the UK has, I think it's like 28% VAT, like value added tax or something added to everything. I think it's like 28 something. It's really high. Like, it's higher than ours. Which makes me feel a little bad for them, because ours is bad enough to start with. So
right, and I agree with that, Time Band. I'm not saying that if you're running an Intel, like you're saying, an i7 or an i9 9900K, it's giving you 250 frames per second, and a 3900 may have given you 270. Yes, I agree. Not enough to really go out and make that change, unless you're building from scratch. If I was building from scratch, I would definitely go by the AMD. That's what I'm saying here, is I'm not knocking Intel in any which way or form. I think they're running scared. I think they're trying to move to a different strategy to try and still make themselves look competent in that market. They're trying to say, we do other things. Well, guess what? So does the AMD processor. I don't know where he's headed with that. I want to see more on this, down the road. All I know is right now a lot of people are making fun of it.
I think what he's saying, though, is you can't 100% go by what a benchmark says. Like, the benchmark...
But why now?
Well...
Right? Why now? Why didn't he say it before?
Because right now, with everything going on in the world and how everything is, changing and the new normal and all that kind of stuff... I have a plug thing on my finger for a second there.
Yeah, we see it.
Yep, I was just fidgeting with stuff. All the new norm, the new everything. It's an excuse right now to change stuff.
$299 in the UK.
Okay, so 300 pounds basically.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I go, so it's almost the same as the US dollar.
Right.
Right. So that was 310. So
and their dollar is worth more.
Oh, way more.
In Canada, it's $379, which might be close.
Where's pounds? Pound sterling, GBP. Is that the right one?
Is that what it is? Pound sterling? Yeah, I think it's GPP or something. What is it?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, British pound sterling.
Yeah, that's right.
That works out to 510 Canadian. Right? So that's 510 Canadian versus our 479. So they're even higher because they have a higher tax coming in. Now,
yeah.
I agree it shouldn't be, because we have free trade, and that only works going to the States.
Yeah, free trade only works one way, people. It was all created, and the United States are the beneficiary. No offense to anybody in the U.S., but we get host.
For the most part, there's a couple things that, I think there's a few things on big business levels, but I don't know enough about it to talk about it, honestly. I just know from my experience from, when I had the store, how much I had to pay for stuff coming in.
Yeah. Now, Complete Technology, John, he says that, it's pretty simple. The person that says it doesn't matter if you win or lose is typically the loser. Intel for the loss, basically. Right? And that's true. That makes complete sense. When you're losing, you change your strategy, your whole way of talking, your whole way of marketing. And if they don't do it, it becomes a dead horse. Someone's going to beat it. Intel, when they came out with their 10th gen processors, destroyed AMD in single core computing. And they were bragging. Every Intel lover was out there bragging. And then 2 days later, AMD said, wait a minute. I'm not even sure it was 2 days. It might have been 24 hours. And they said, we have XT processors coming. Shh. Because we're the now single core king. And that was what AMD was waiting for. They were waiting for Intel to put out their chip to beat them down again one more time. They knew where they were headed.
Well,
And
I think they did that because of Intel doing that to them.
right, and that's exactly it. All this time, Intel's been the slammer of AMD, the slammer of AMD. You want a game, we're the best. You want to do this, we're the best. And the card has flipped. The top 10 selling processors on Amazon, I think 8 of them or 9 of them are AMD. They're Intel's very low on that totem tree.
Yeah,
but you know what, Time Bandit? What it does for everybody too, it drops those Intel prices. They're ridiculous. They have been. They've been price gouging forever, and now you're starting to see competitive pricing. Because if AMD's performance is here, but their price is here, Intel has to bring their price here to be competitive with it now. Before they could do this because AMD wasn't quite there. So now our prices are getting better. So it's a win-win. Without this war, and without, fanboys, because fanboys don't jump out and buy the next processor unless you have fanboys. Without the war, we're all losers. This is a win-win for everybody. Intel fans get their stuff cheaper. AMD fans get performance and their stuff cheaper. Win-win.
So, yeah, that's Time Bandit. That's a good point about AMD being better. Puts the pressure. It does, and I think that was kind of what you're saying. You don't get innovation without competition.
That's right. And Intel was very behind on the innovation. They're still on 14 nanometer. Only their servers have 10. So their 11th gen that they're talking about are 10.
Wouldn't it be really cool to see something awesome like Cyrix come back into CPU world?
See, Cyrix is still existent.
But not in consumer
No,
CPU
they're
world.
rebadged. I think it's IBM now.
Is it?
I think
wouldn't
so.
it be cool to see like a Cyrix something come out? Like I remember my Cyrix 686 chip going, way back to
Right. Intel has gotten arrogant.
Mid to late 90s, something like that. That thing was awesome.
I say we see a resurgence of Cyrix, baby.
That's what I could say.
Right? John's right there. He knows. We all had them. I had a Cyrix processor.
Yeah.
They can't cheat on their naming. I know. Hey, I bought a 1 gigahertz. Oh, no, it's 600 megahertz. Wah. We remember those days. But I couldn't afford the AMD or something when that was out, and I wanted that, boost. Now, on to a bit of AMD talk. The XTs are coming. The big thing around that was people were thinking that there's a delay on Gen 4, or the 4000 series, the Gen 3, whatever you wish to call it. Zen 4, which is the 5 nanometer. Well, as of today, it has been discussed that the XTs are not a replacement. What we're going to probably see is AMD putting out the higher end 4000 series, which will be like the 4950s and whatever, and the 3000 series being the lower end, and the XTs being that woohoo area.
The video's on.
Hey, featured. So what that means is September-ish, we're still going to see something. I don't know about September for the CPU market. The XTs are coming. When did you say the XTs were coming, Jeff?
I heard mid-July.
Mid-July. Awesome. So you guys in the States now probably get it first and make us cry a bit.
It could have also been... No, I think it was mid-July because I'm like, wow, that's right in line when like the B550 is supposed to be available to us, because
right.
I was all excited like with that last build that I did for Scott. I was initially waiting. I was going to get a B550 motherboard because when I was reading, it's like, oh, B550 is going to be available. I think it was June 16th.
Right.
I think is what's supposed to be available. So I was like, oh, awesome. We'll just wait, put the system build back 2 weeks and we'll get a 550 motherboard because it's a little different than the 570. Like there's a little bit of a trade-off, but for how he's using it, it probably would be okay. But then it was like, oh, that's actually going to be available to the manufacturers June 16th, which is going to put another month out, right? John. Wendy.
She did to Charleston. Hey, Wendy, if you're out there and you're going to walk in the background, you're going to dance.
I told her, and then she danced. I should see that now
Yeah.
on the stream. You already missed it.
I missed it, yeah. Big Navi 2.
But
There's something big about that coming. That'll be September. Nope, no dance there.
No, she wasn't walking in the scene. She's just going into her office. So
sorry, guys.
Her office is there, which was mine when I had the store. But then she went back to school, so that became her office / her spot for all her stuff. And currently, then my stuff was up in our room. And then Beckham came, and then I couldn't play or talk and stuff when he was sleeping at night. So then my stuff now became in the other end of our family room.
So on our 100th episode of this show, we will have bikini girls walking in the background. That may or may not happen.
I wish I had a cricket sound effect that could hit it.
Well, in the 100th episode, if you guys want to see a bikini girl walking in the background, just let us know.
Hold on, I want to just back up a second because I have this window open still.
Yep.
So it was when we were talking Intel, compare to AMD, don't count benchmarks, blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So let's look dollar for dollar right now. I'm on Canada Computer site. So it is the i9-10920X is 12 core, 24 thread, 1,099 Canadian. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And the Ryzen 3950, 16 core, 32 thread, 7 nanometer is 1,049. So,
that sucks.
More CPU, $50 is pretty. We'll call them the same price because I don't know if the new cooler is going to be with the Intel one or not, or if you have to buy it. But you could theoretically run the 3950 on the stock cooler.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna stick with theoretically because I don't know. There's a lot of cores to cool down with that Wraith.
And actually, that's another thing I want to talk about real quick.
Well, hold on.
Intel is going to upgrade their coolers finally after everybody's shouting.
So they're actually, aside from the extra 4 cores, which makes an extra 8 threads on the AMD, the Intel's rated at 3.5 gigahertz, as is the AMD. The boost on the Intel is 4.8, however, where the boost is only 4.7 on the AMD. But interesting thing, the power draw.
Right.
So the Ryzen is 105 watts,
mm-hmm.
where the Intel is rated at. Just rated at. I think we've seen from enough videos that the rated at Intel doesn't mean that's its max.
No.
That's just kind of normal. So it's 165 watts that it's rated at. So that's actually it's 60% more power going through it, which means 60% more heat.
I guess we should be comparing them to Threadrippers.
Well, that was going to be my next step on this. But,
right.
I'm going to call the Intel more money because unless they up their cooler a lot from what it is, unless they increase it a lot, unless they did, I haven't seen the new one. Like, are they just doing what AMD did between the skinny Wraith when it was this big, and then they improved it and it went to that big, and then now you have the RGB one, which is the same just with RGB on it. That's not going to cool 165 watts.
No, those are rated maybe 100, 130.
Yeah, and you're going to have to get a bigger cooler for that one, so it's not 1,100 if price goes up, or it's not going to stay in boost so much.
So because of my knowledge or how I build computers, I have a lot of people bringing their gaming computers to me privately, and a lot of them lately have been Intels, looking for maybe an AMD upgrade or what can they do with it. The first thing I look at and I say immediately is they need to change the cooler. The cooler is a joke. I change the cooler, even if it's air. They're getting better frames per second. They're getting better performance. They're getting everything. Their coolers are a joke. So that's the first thing I say. Then it's a power supply or whatever, normal things that you would do to create a gaming machine, but right away, the like, what was it, the i5 9400 paper thin cooler, the i7 8400 paper thin cooler. What are you doing?
Right?
Yeah, stock coolers are a joke.
It's like, I think it's $7.99 retail. Like $7.
You edit your videos, buddy. You edit them. Also, Time Bandit, just a quick thing. I do actually have a microphone that might be, it's a little cheaper in this setup, going to be tested soon from Fine. That's coming soon. I hope. Like I said, my gaming machine back there is exploded. Shouldn't stop me from doing a review, but it sure stops me from wanting to do other things when I see parts coming in. I want to put it back together.
Is that a robot on the ground down there?
There is a robot back there. Yep.
I got that guy in the basement too.
That robot's awesome. Yeah, so the Fine, I mean, Fine's been a solid company. I've done 4 or 5 mic reviews from them already, and I have nothing but good things to say. Basically, I've been looking for microphones for this show. Basically for this literal, for our new podcast show. And I got to get, Jeff needs to get outfitted. And it's just one of those things where we wanted to see who was what. And these people sent these over for me. And so far, this Mano microphone, I got to say, is absolutely phenomenal. I'm in love with this mic. I game with it now. I do everything with it. So I got to give thumbs up to Mano. Anybody want to check out their products, just go to Mano, I think it's global.com or something like that, and check out their products, because they have a lot of good stuff. The awesome and mega, oh yeah, we're going on to the Sega announcement. They're asking for it. Okay. Alright. I am probably the biggest Sega fan.
Boy.
Yeah, boy, whatever. Period. I don't know. I've never met anybody bigger than me. I am not impressed. So I first put up a video, and it was all about the possibility of Microsoft rebranding in Japan with Sega's logo on it. And it made sense, because, let's put it this way, Microsoft can't do very well against Sony, and if you want to have a fair playing field and you want to compete one-on-one, use a brand that's going to be able to fight them. Sega was the ultimate idea. Well, that announcement hasn't happened. I'm really hoping that something like that still happens. Anyway, what do we get? 4 micro Game Gears. Yellow one, red one, blue one, and a black one. It gets worse. So the micro Game Gear might be the size of this wireless mouse. It's got a 1.5 or 1.3 inch screen on it. I can't even see a 3-inch screen. I'm old.
Isn't it like the size of like those mini arcade screens?
Maybe even smaller. They're like 1.3 or 1. They're really small. Don't get me wrong. I'm an idiot. I am going to go out and buy all 4 of them, because they're the coolest thing in the world if I can get them. I might be talking to John and asking me to get them down there and transferring them money, because they might be impossible to get in Canada. No. But here's the problem. So they're going to be $50 US. So for $50 US, you get 4 games.
No, that's too high.
You're hearing that? You get 4 games. So
Are you telling me?
Huh? I'm telling you and everybody else watching this. So each system, now here's the different part that makes it kind of cool but kind of stupid. Each color is 4 different games. So they're not the same unit. So now you got to spend $200 American. Like I said, $700 Canadian to get 4 of these units. So you have your collection. And I'm going to want them because they're Game Gears and they're made by Sega. Therefore, I want it. I have to have it. But if they're going to come out with Japanese titles on them, like the Shining Force one, the yellow one, I believe, is the Shining Force. They call it the Shining Force unit. If all that's in Japanese and you can't change it to English, that's pretty stupid. And they've done it before. So there's our big first announcement. Gets better. I know you guys are all excited now because of this Game Gear Micro. I'm boiling. I'm turning red. Fog gaming. First off, I'm going to swear. Who the fuck came up with fog gaming?
It sounds like vaporware.
Like, I'm sorry, guys. What the is fog gaming? Like, what is that? That is an absolute... First off, the name is a joke. Fog gaming. Don't play on a clear day.
Cool.
Now, the principle behind it is kind of cool. So, I got to give them credit here. It's innovative. So, the arcades are still big in Japan. And I would love, trust me, I would love to walk into a Japanese arcade with the Sega branded logo over it. I'd be like, oh, I'd be in heaven. I'd be, oh my God, is this for real? And I'd be there'd be drool coming out of my mouth that people would be like, something wrong with that guy. Must be Canadian. And they're going to use the hardware in the arcades to be their server. That part's brilliant. I gotta say. That part is absolutely brilliant. What do you think of that, Jeff? Like, they're going to use the arcades, the powerhouses from the arcades, because they got some serious power behind them now, to be their hardware to do this.
I mean, it's a good idea. It's like, folding at home. You're using stuff that's sitting idle.
Right.
And making it power other things. So how will that translate from a technical point? I don't know. Like, are they going to... Like, will that help somebody's rendering? Will that help somebody's load times? Or is it just going to give you the ability, if you have high speed enough internet, to stream an already done thing to your console at home? You know what I mean? Because I don't know if it was just a rumor thing that was talked about or something, and I'm sure you'll probably pull this into that point anyways. But I remember seeing something like that at first for probably the PS5 and definitely the Xbox Series X.
Right, Microsoft looks like they're doing it right. They had more games in their beta than Stadia had on their launch.
Like, I don't know if... Are they doing that, though? Like, is it... The Series X, is it going to be like a community processor?
Right. And they have to have servers somewhere. There's no way they can use all that as the backbone.
Claw machine.
Yeah, claw machine. Well, see, Sega, all those claw machines you see in Japan, and a lot of the claw machines you see here, they're Sega toys. They're pretty much, Sega makes all that little tiny junk. And he's right. They look like those little tiny things that would be on a keychain in a claw machine that you spent $2,000 to win, and you got 4 games. 4. And I swore again.
You've sworn a bunch of times.
Yeah. Well, see, this is the podcast, bro. We can do what we want on the podcast.
Like we're playing Fortnite.
By the way, Fortnite sucks.
I'm wearing a Fortnite shirt currently.
Yeah, and we take the L all the damn time.
Take the L. Fortnite is taking the L.
Fortnite's taking the L.
Fortnite is definitely
Fortnite.
Epic has... I
don't know if they're trying to bury it.
Well, that doesn't make any sense because they're making like piles and piles of money off of it. I think what they're trying to do, though, is cater more to... probably they're trying to cater to more to what's making them money, which makes sense. You would think from a straight focused business model, hey, this here is making us money. Let's focus more on these guys here than these guys down here. But the problem is these guys here are the high competitive stuff where these guys need to be able to try to get to even have a remote chance of that.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I know there's a lot of people that know way more than I do and have much more technical experience and insight into it and stuff like that.
It can be done. Like, this is, the hardware part of it is my background. This can work, but why? I do get one thing, and don't get me wrong. Will I sign up for, like, a Sega TV channel? Remember, in the 90s, Sega did a Sega TV channel, and they had some sort of an internet type thing done through your cable TV, where you could play games. And if they were to do a Sega TV channel, and there was TV shows, and movies and stuff that Sega was producing or moving in a different direction and had games on there and so on. But you could play the real arcade games that we can't get here today. We don't have arcades anymore. So that part of it is cool. But who the hell came up with the name Fog Gaming? Like, that just blows my mind. Fog Gaming. I can see everybody in the boardroom right now. It's foggy out. Are you gaming over there, bro? Oh, let's call it Fog Gaming. Really? Like, I mean, holy crap, pay me $20, I would have gave you a better name. I asked the friggin' world what they thought of the word Fog Gaming. I don't get that. I that's the part I don't get. I see the innovation, the whole thought of this cloud thing, because everybody's now jumping on it. Come on, Sega. This is not what we wanted. You said you were going to make a game changer, and if that's what you call a game changer, holy crap. Can't wait to see what Sony and Xbox are about to do. Speaking of that, Jeff, I've been hearing thoughts and rumors that the new hardwares look, they seem to be talking about having, or I heard, I don't know if it's hearsay, but having a hard time with 60 frames a second in 4K.
With the new hardware?
That's what I've been hearing.
Highly doubt it. My Xbox One X plays 60K or 60 FPS 4K.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the whole thing was about, or maybe it's holding on to 60 frames per second. I'm not sure. But yeah, they forgot the old games. You're right, John. And Jeff, like, think about this. So they put out the Game Gear Micro. Why didn't they give us a Game Gear Mini? Why didn't they just give us a Game Gear Mini? You see what I'm saying? Like, they could have just done that.
Oh, you can pop out chat.
Yeah, I heard you do the pop-out thing. But wouldn't everybody be cool if they gave us a Game Gear Mini that, even if it could take the original cartridges, that would have been a mind bender right there. That would have been a bit of a game changer, sort of. But it still was able, it came with, let's say, 100, well, I guess not 100, because, well, I suppose, 50, let's say 50, Sega Game Gear games. Not friggin' Master System games, whatever, done. Game Gear games. I'd be like smiling ear to ear. I would have been very happy about that. But to give us little tiny units that I'm going to be like this, trying to see, they're just going on a shelf. That's it. I probably don't even want to turn one on. The frustration would just blow me away. A 2.5-inch screen that I have on some pisses me off. I can't play on it. I'm too damn old. So, anyway, that I guess they're done with announcements. I checked again today. I didn't see anything. It's been 60 years, and the CEO is proud to say, "Go Sega." Yeah, I wonder where you're going. Not impressed. So, anybody have any questions out there? Me and Jeff would be glad to answer some questions.
How do I make?
There's Yoshi. I see Yoshi again. Woof, woof. I know he can't hear.
Trying to... Oh, okay. Image placeholder. There we go. Image.
He's
Trying to make,
playing
extra
around.
scene.
He's our software guy.
Just trying to make extra scenes here while you were talking about the... I think you're still about the Sega thing.
Yeah, the Sega, like I say, they look good. They do. They look pretty much like the actual Game Gear. I was pretty impressed with what they did as far as the look and feel. Like, I don't know about the feel, but the look looks good. But I'm just disappointed that they did 4 games, $50. Maybe that'll change with all the hype and how people are upset. I know it's just a collectible thing. I know it's not really meant to be. But why didn't they give us a Dreamcast 2? Or not even a Dreamcast 2, sorry. A new console would have been friggin' amazing. But why not a Saturn Mini? A Dreamcast Mini? That would have been a game changer. I would have been cool with that. But they said game changer. Sega Genesis Mini was great. Ryan, how are you, buddy? Believe that they're messing up the Game Gear Micro. Yes, sir. They could have done something really cool with it. And I completely agree with that. The Game Gear could have been, if they would have said Game Gear Mini, not Micro, we'd be laughing. This would have been a completely different discussion. And the capability of playing your old carts. That would have been the mind bender right there. But unfortunately, we're not going to see that because they gave us micros. You got something on that, Jeff?
No, the claw machine ended it for me. I could care less about it from there. Claw machine was true. It's, you know what? When I see them at Walmart on sale for $19.99,
Oh, buy them all. You know, that would be the time.
I might think about buying one then.
See, and that's the problem with being a fanboy. When you love something, you're going to buy it anyway, and you love blowing your money for no reason. And that's exactly what that's going to be. But there's so many Sega fanboys out there that this product's going to sell. It's going to sell like hotcakes. You're going to see it on Amazon for $150, you know, a month later because nobody can get any more of them. And I believe that'll happen. 4 different colors, 4 different games for each color. Any collector's going to want them all. Hey, Scott Armstrong, what's up? Go Leafs! There's a game changer.
He was trying to get him to chat on mine, but it doesn't. It's not letting him chat on mine for some reason.
Oh. I'm going to buy one and mod it with Raspberry Pi Zero. Bro, I don't even know if you'll get a Pi Zero in that. I don't know. That is tiny. Unless they make a square zero, I think you're shit out of luck on that one. I don't know. If you do it, though, make me one and ship it to me, and I'll pay whatever, man. That would be freaking cool. But only Game Gear games on it. With a whole Game Gear menu. Even though it'd be useless to use because a 1.3 or 1.5 inch screen is going to suck. Jeff, do you have a topic?
No, I'm just messing with scenes at the moment.
All right.
Now I can't do anything for yours, but I have the that nice thumbnail you made sideways the wrong way on mine.
Anybody have something that they wish that we would discuss at this point? We've gone through Intel and where they're headed. I don't know where they're headed. We've talked about AMD and Big Navi 2. That's something we kind of didn't get into. So Big Navi 2 is the new video cards. They're coming, I believe, September. And the reason why they say September, October is because the consoles are coming September, October. That's the whole rumored area. So if that is true, then we should see Big Navi there because the Navi 2 is actually in them, and RDNA, whatever they call it, or it's we're going to be seeing something huge, and I believe that AMD may have something that's a game changer. Now AMD is your game changer here. Sega sure as hell didn't give us that game change. We could talk about how badly I suck at Fortnite. John, you actually did pretty good the time you played with us. I think you got like 7 kills. It wasn't horrible. We almost had you. What was it, Jeff? We almost had them at 5 in a row or something, didn't we? Oh wait, were you playing that night? Or was it? I can't remember. Have you played with John yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like the first or second time you played, I think.
Right. Relying on collectors to buy isn't sound business idea, and I completely agree with that. And the sad part about it is, if Sega put out a console tomorrow and it was $1,000, they would sell out tomorrow. All people want is to say they have the new Sega console. That's how Sega is to the world right now. And they put out these micros and they're going to eat them up like little candy. They're just going to eat them up. Like I said, I will buy all 4 of them. I will try and get my hands on them.
People can't chat on mine. Huh.
You don't have a chat on your side? You're chatting YouTube?
Yeah.
Your full screen?
But it's there, but Scott said he couldn't type in it for some reason.
That's weird.
Oh, Jen just typed in
Yeah.
it. Yes. So I do have a discussion to talk about now, Paul.
Uh-oh.
It is a request here from Jennifer.
Hi, Jen.
She says, "Hi boys, can we discuss the importance of building in Fortnite?"
Okay, let me answer this one, Jeff. There's
Okay.
no importance to building in Fortnite. Fortnite, if you build, you will die.
Um. Again, you are backwards. Sorry, but you are. It is more of a building game than anything, especially at this time in it. And that's one of the things that I think, like, the problem, not the problem of the building, but how it's been catered to. It seems to be catered more to the super good players that have, you know, thousands and thousands and thousands of hours of playtime.
Is that a bald spot?
Threw my hands up in exasperation, but it was below the camera, so I will do it again.
Hey!
Whoa.
No, I think I have a bald spot right there, seriously.
Uh, yeah.
Camera
Yeah.
brings out stuff you don't want to see. That's hurt.
Anyway,
That was
it's
hurtful. Hurtful. Hurtful, Jeff. Hurtful.
hurtful. I agree.
I believe that building in Fortnite is redundantly stupid. And I will
That's
stick to my...
over half the game. You're completely wrong on that one. It's a game that involves building. That is part of it. I'm
Okay,
not defending it. I'm very tired of it. I play Fortnite only to hang out with the people that we play Fortnite with.
that's exactly why we go in there. I am a run and gun, and I do not wish to change that. And I do build if we're calm and we know we're about to be in a battle soon. I'll build a little plateau thingy to hide behind and a ramp. But in the middle of a fight, not a chance. Time bet in the UK, we call that a Texan beard. Plenty of wide open space. That's hurtful. Hey, John, do you have a Texan beard? Whoa, we got Jeff's desktop here, and he's got a turtle swimming through the water.
Yep, it's a
That
4K background.
that does
That was
not make you
that was
seem
my main
tough.
criteria for it.
Does not make you seem tough. Is that a porn game right there? No, I'm just kidding. So there's your response to the Last Game Hunters Fortnite gameplay. Jen, I love playing with you, but I'm not building. You guys get to med me a lot. It's a lot more fun. No, but Zen does. There you go. He's got the Texan beard. Oh, Jeff is launching Fortnite. He is launching Fortnite.
And I'm also curious to see if the Discord everything stays up on the other side and all that. Use Discord overlay in game. Press shift something to show.
Really?
Oops, I didn't want to go. Yeah.
That's interesting. So now we're going to have some gaming on the side there, people. You're going to get to see his terrible build capabilities. Because building is stupid.
Well, I will tell you, it's a little bit slower
Oh, yeah, I
with
can imagine.
everything else running.
Oh, I can imagine. Right now you're streaming. You're got the webcam going. And we're running two different programs to do the stream. And now you're running this game as well.
I'll drop it down to the 1080. That'll probably snap it right back up.
Snappity, snappity. Any questions out there, guys? What did you think of our, you have a chick dancing behind you? Jeff, you want to give the people a dance?
What?
Well, your girl can dance. Hold on, people. I don't know. There we go. We have a chick dancing now. Just for you guys. You've seen that live. You've seen that live. Guys, everybody that's in here right now, please check out Complete Technology Solutions. He's got some really cool stuff where he does some mods. Does a lot of Raspberry Pi stuff. If I've not tried it already, you need to try Maneater. I've seen it. This shark game. And I thought it was kind of weird. I thought it was like a budget title. But if you think it's good, Ryan, yeah, I'll give it a shot. I think it's actually... Jeff, was that actually in our Microsoft Game Store Play thing? Huh?
It's on the Epic Store. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, it's on the Epic Store. Okay. Yeah, Ryan's saying to try it out. So, uh-oh. Oh, how'd you not die? Oh, you're in creative.
I'm in creative.
He's trying to show off building, people. The thing that I don't do.
Oh, man. I wish this loadout was, like, actually in the game.
I know. That would be, like, the most amazing loadout, period. Might even actually win more often. We have won, people. We do win sometimes. We have a great team, like the group that we go in and play with. And honestly, the game does suck. It's broken. Like, this game is absolutely broken.
It is.
But the community, like the friendships that we have, playing the game is what it's about. And we'll go in there and F this, F that. This game sucks. How the hell did that guy shoot me through a wall? He didn't even see me. Where'd he come from? And we still, stupidly, almost every single night, go in and give this a shot. I'm not even exaggerating. It's probably about every single night. So guys, this has been our first episode. Again, a recap. Talked about Intel, talked about AMD, talked about Sega. We shot the shit. We had some fun. Just curious. There's anything cool out there you guys want to talk about, or you have a question, tech related, or anything that you think that maybe I can answer for you? Glad to do it. We're gonna be doing this show. It should be every Saturday at around 9 p.m. Whether I have to do it on my own or Jeff is ready to do it, I'd like to build the show with Jeff as much as I can, of course. And we're gonna have other people. So there's other people that are going to be becoming a part of this show as well. And we want to grow this thing. It's just something else to help the LastGameHunter and the Hobby Revolution page as well. So this is a bit of a team up. We're going to call it Under Review. We're going to probably, talk about certain things, maybe even things that I have reviewed and people have questions about it. There was a video I put up about the G27 working on Xbox.
Jen will always get your reboot card, Paul.
She'll see? Jen will always get my reboot card. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff, but I'm not sure what for. I can't remember because that was a little bit ago. I didn't check because I opened the game.
Geez, now I'm losing my train of thought. She's got me all flustered.
Jay will still beat you up.
Jay will still beat me up. That may be her husband.
Hey, you met Jay, remember?
Yep, I met Jay. I think I liked a picture just recently with him in it. I think they have a daughter, right? Little daughter?
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe I liked a picture with him and the daughter in it. We would like to see you playing and rating new and popular games too. That's coming, actually. We're going to be... I know I want to do some Gears of War 5. I want to do some MechWarrior 5. I think I would just do it live. I'm not sure I want to be the play it through it guy and say, ooh, I finished it. I can't. I'm a married man with children. I can't see that happening. I can't. Jeff, do you remember the last time you finished a game?
Yes.
Really?
Actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many years ago?
Let's see. It was Super Paper Mario for the Wii.
Okay.
So I'm thinking with about probably 11.
11 years ago. So
10 or 11, probably last time I that I can remember playing through a game. Well, no, that's not true. After that, Modern Warfare 4 or Modern Warfare for 360. I played through the campaign
Never
of
played the
that.
campaigns through. That is something that we're going to be doing. Maybe it won't be so much. I mean, we will talk about the game for sure while we're playing it, but we want to take a game like we're thinking about the Halo series. We want to go and start playing Halo 1. Am I correct? Is that what we want to do?
Well, the Halo, I don't know. Do you want to do it chronological? Like, do you want to start with Halo Reach and then move to Halo 1, Halo 2?
Well, I think we should start with the game that came up first, which was Halo 1, and then do
Yeah,
2, and then do
well,
3,
they're
or
releasing
Reach.
them. Microsoft is releasing them for PC in chronological order.
Okay,
That's why Reach came out first.
okay,
And
Reach
that's
came. All right, then that would be cool. So we'll play Halo Reach first. Okay, we'll do
I,
it in the order.
I haven't played any of those ones. Like I
Right.
played Halo 3 multiple times all the way through. Actually beat it on Legendary, um, which was pretty hard.
I think the last time I beat a game, it was Delta Force Black Hawk Down. And holy crap, that might have been 2005, 2000. I can't remember. Don't get me wrong. When it came to being online and playing, holy crap, I put a lot of time into certain games. They would have to be on their best behavior. So what we are going to do, we are going to play games, and we're going to finish them. That is our goal, right? It won't happen like in a night, but we'll play so much one night, go back and play it. So every time we play that game, we'll go live, right, Jeff? That's the
Right.
plan? Yeah, so when
Yep.
we're playing Halo Reach, for example, and we're going to beat it, then every time we go to play it, for however long it is, we'll go live. And we think that'll be fun. That'll be something cool. That's something else we're doing that is not part of this show. That's just when we feel like playing, we'll just go online, and I'll just say, hey, hello, that type of thing. So
I've
we are
done
going to do that.
a little bit with Shadow of Mordor.
Yes, he has been playing Shadow of Mordor over on his channel, and Diablo and Diablo 2. Yeah, actually, Diablo. I'll do a shout out right now because what's the date? You got till tomorrow. GOG.com has Diablo and Hellfire. Is it?
The Hellfire expansion.
Yeah, the Hellfire expansion and Diablo for I don't know if it was under $10 Canadian.
I will look up right now.
He's going to tell you right now. So
Card now.
guys, GOG.com is one of the best places to go get. Right now, they have a massive sale on. I think it ends tomorrow. And if you go there right now, do you guys remember Total Annihilation? Does anybody remember that game? That was like the whole robot version of Command and Conquer Red Alert. Total Annihilation, we had a clan for that. We used to play that like competitively online, beating other clans. And that game is free. Right now, you go to GOG.com, it is free till tomorrow. So at least go to GOG.com and get the game.
You have to make an account.
Yeah, make an account, of course, yes. Most people, if you don't already have it, it's worth having the account. I got the whole Leisure Suit Larry series from there. The old Larry, Larry Laffer. The little porno guy. I got all that there. Do you ever play free play games like War Thunder? Yes. Actually, Time Bandit, I live stream War Thunder once in a while. I've done it 2 or 3 times. World of Warships, I'm not really into the World of War. I think War Thunder has a better setup. I like War Thunder. And I don't know if you know, but you can do War Thunder in VR. I found out by accident when I had my VR hooked up. I was like, and it's weird though, because you're not inside the tank. You're just able to look around without turning your turret and stuff. It's really strange. Jeff is bringing up. Nope, there's War Thunder there. Yeah,
Right there.
yeah. War Thunder is it's a great game. I like it. By the way, Uplay are giving away free games every few weeks. Just got the giveaway for Grand Theft Auto 5 and World War Z. World War Z, that's the game we have now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we started playing that a little bit.
Uplay is hey, wait, I have Uplay. Where is it gone? Why is it not bookmarked?
Arizona, Sunshine, and VR. My VR is old. I have a DK2. So it's a bit. I mean, it works fine, but I'm not very. Since my car accident, guys, I can't really play VR much. I have a brand new PlayStation VR and a ton of PlayStation 4 VR games. It's never even been taken out of the box other than an open box review. That was it. So until I'm cleared to, play with it, I want to get a racing seat and everything and get the wheel all set up and do some racing games. VR racing. I could probably pull that off right now because that wouldn't be so bad.
Sucks about you play is no matter how many times you say remember me, every time it updates, it forgets you.
It never remembers you. I know. VR never translates when you stream it, which is a shame. Yeah, it doesn't. I've watched some people streaming VR. It's a little odd, but I mean, at that point, you're going to run your unit through an Elgato, I guess. I don't even know if that'll work out right.
I would probably use Gamecaster because it has a Stream VR option.
Okay, so Gamecaster has a Stream VR option. That's cool.
Whether it works well or not, I don't know. I don't have any VR stuff.
Yeah, and I'm still in the middle of, until that machine over there is fixed, I have not done anything with the other machine. So basically, here, let me do a little, maybe I can't lift up too much. There's my machine right now that's running. Look at that mess. Sorry about that, guys. There's my PC games back there. If I can let it focus.
Yeah. Big fan on the ground.
That fan, if it wasn't for that fan, I think I'd cry.
No, not that one. The actual PC fan. It's like a 200 mil fan down there.
Yeah, that guy right there?
In the box.
That's a 7700 underneath that.
Is that for that cooler?
Yeah.
To go back to your question about Diablo and Hellfire, it's regular $13.99 on for $11.89.
Regular $18.99 on for $11.99. So that works out to like
regular $13.99 on for $11.89.
That could work out to like $5 American.
Yeah.
So GOG.com, guys, go get your free Total Annihilation. This is not a sponsored video. But I will say Mano has supported me quite well. I'm loving this. And you're using the 7700 to balance uneven corner of your table. Kind of. The box was looking empty. So I threw a ROG Strix. I think it's a Z270E gaming board with 16 gigs of DDR4, 3200, and a 7700, and whatever that $100 cooler is. I literally, there's a story. There's a reason why I bought this, because everybody knows I'm not a big Intel fan. One, I guess I'll use it for a bench test. I will. Two, unless I sell it first. Two, the RAM was advertised as 2133. Now, I have another project that I was going to do for YouTube that was going to be basically a $100 computer shootout and canned game. So I needed 2133 to fire up the other project to go against the AMD. Unfortunately, when I got home, it's unfortunate and fortunate. I found out the RAM was 3200, not 2133, and I just took his word for it, which is not a big deal. Don't get me wrong, because 3200 that was a score, but I needed 2133 to run this project, and now I'm down and out still, so I might drive over it with a truck. An $1,100 or $1,300 computer. I might just... Someone wanted to pay me to do that, actually. Someone actually wanted to pay me. Rob, if you're watching. Yep. So that was actually possible video. And it still might be. Maybe we'll put some firecrackers or something inside that thing and blow the shit out of it.
What, the 7700?
No, the Acer the Acer Nitro 50 or whatever it is. $13.99 at Canadian at Staples right now. So, but I was dumbing it down to be a $100 processor, so I was trying to make it a fair fight. But unfortunately, the Pentium inside chip requires 2133. So I've never got it into the post. So if you know anybody with 2133, let me know. Sorry, Jeff.
Hey, I have 32 gigs of it sitting here.
Yeah, let's just ship that over.
Yeah, it's just doing that. I'll swap you for the 32.
Yeah, the 3200 Loki? Asgard?
No, just that other stuff.
Oh. Yeah, funny. That's a different video altogether, but we got some really freaky things to talk about when it comes to RAM.
Yeah.
That just... I don't even know if should I just talk about it, or...
You can do whatever you want.
I could.
There was something we were talking earlier in a couple minutes that we got to talk while I was driving around. There's a couple other things that we said that we should talk about.
Right. And
10:40 already.
And that one of those things was Linus from Linus Tech Tips. Proud of him. Proud of him. He's a Canadian, and I'm proud of him. Yeah, I'd like him. But let me just start, and then you get into it.
All right.
I'm not going to talk about what happened there. I'm just going to talk about the difference between me and Linus. And I'm not talking about the difference between he's probably a millionaire and I'm a... We'll just leave it at that.
Pennier?
The pennier, yeah. So Linus Tech Tips. Very informative. But when it comes down to the whole thing with Linus, if you're not a tech head, it could be a little too much to take in. So you're either a regular viewer of him with his 11 million followers. Don't get me wrong. Proud of you, buddy. I'm not downing on Linus. I want to make that clear. I'm not trying to make a Linus video and having him come after me and destroy me. That is not what I'm doing, because that's what would happen. I'm not stupid. He's smart. He's intelligent. But the difference between me and Linus is I'm going to do reviews and talk about product so the average purchaser can walk away and go, okay, I understood that. And that's my goal. So that is where I'm headed. I want to be reviewing stuff for you guys. I'm not wanting to leave my retro stuff out of the way. It's just right now with the pandemic, it was much easier for me to be doing computer stuff, which is what I love. Now, Jeff, on to Linus. Linus Tech Tips.
LTTstore.com.
LTTstore.com.
Honestly, though, he's got like some cool sweaters and stuff. Like
I know.
I don't know about the water bottle. I'm sure it's an amazing water bottle.
LTTstore.com.
LGHstore.com.
Believe it or not, you can buy clothing. I do have clothing. Nobody buys it. Ever. But you can.
I have a LastGameHunter shirt.
Yeah, he's definitely smart. He's gotten tad lazy on his videos. His staff is quite a bit more. I'm a fan, though. Yes, Linus has built an empire, and I think he has the right to actually sit back. If I was Linus, I'd be like, oh, wait, I'm pulling the Linus thing. Look. This is what Linus wears. Flip-flops with socks. That just happened. Sorry. But, Jeff, let's talk about Linus.
So the thing that just happened with him?
The thing that just happened with him.
So, for those that don't know, which is probably most everybody,
that's why you should buy them. Oh, man.
So the thing that happened, apparently he was told a quote by the CEO of Epic Games, I think it was, on the talk about the Unreal Engine 5 coming out.
Mm-hmm.
And the quote was that the PS5 has the fastest SSD available in it.
Right. Which wasn't actually the truth.
Right, exactly. So basically, like I just said, and I don't know the exact quote, he was told something, and he went with it in his version of this show, which is called his version of this show, his podcast show called The WAN Show, where him and one of his buddies, I don't know who the other guy is. I think he's that.
I forget his name too, but he's common. He's one of his right hand man.
Yeah. So they went on basically ripping I forget the CEO's name, ripping him apart, basically saying, "Oh, why would you say that? It's so blatantly untrue." And he held up the gigabyte AORS 8 terabyte.
14,000 read write type thing.
Yeah, like this, just because it's. I'm pretty sure that one is not just an NVMe. It goes into a PCIe slot, and it's 4 or 8 NVMe's that all cycle together.
Right.
There's another one that he reviewed after that is actually hits the actual almost theoretical limit of PCI 4.0,
Mm-hmm.
and it was getting like 29 gigabits a second transfer speeds. Like it blew even the gigabyte one away. But it's not really available, and they put faster drives in it that it comes with. And I think by the time you actually worked it out, it was something like $9,000. I don't know.
Right. That's not even a comparable.
Yeah. Anyway, so basically, he was saying that, hey, yours isn't the fastest. How can you say that? Right. Well, then it turns out the CEO actually posted in the LTT forum directly to it saying, hey, that's not what I said. Right? Like he didn't say that. He said we have best in class. And then it went into a little bit of back and forth, I think, with other like users in the forum, stuff
They were
like
destroying them. They were plummeting them.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. So because so many people are at home right now, right? And everybody's, big on the internet and knows everything. So essentially the video, Linus came out and he said, I didn't need to make this video, because he broke it down, 11 million viewers, how many people reacted, blah, 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 blah. And it's a very small percentage of people that would have actually seen this video or would have actually been upset with him for misquoting something. He compared it to the famous Microsoft, like Bill Gates quote saying, a computer will never need more than 640 kilobytes of RAM from 1981, that Bill Gates says he never actually said. Somebody else said.
Right.
So whatever. I don't know if he did or if he didn't. And that's going, 1981? That's like 40 years ago almost now. So
sorry, I'm laughing at comments too. John lost his tea.
Oh, that's something funny.
Well, yeah, because my shirt, don't buy my shirts or whatever. I think was a comment because they're backwards.
Oh, yeah. So anyway, the Linus video, basically, he came out and he apologized. Said he was given information that was incorrect. He didn't verify it himself.
No, he just shot out because he's a techie.
Yeah, he shot out because he's a techie, and he shot out not actually understanding what he was saying.
Right.
And so he went into explaining that they don't review SSDs because they know enough about SSDs to know that they don't know enough about SSDs.
Absolutely. Because, and who does?
Right. There's all these different components. Like, I think there's like 5 different components that actually make up how they work and how you interact with them. And then you're, in the end, still limited by what Windows allows you to do. If you're running a Windows operating system or whatever operating system you're running, you're still limited by what that allows you to do.
Or the worst part that's put in the product.
Right. So, if you choose the wrong, controller versus the wrong NAND chips versus whatever, you may end up with all these really fast components of it, but with one section that's slow and it drags everything down.
Right.
Even if, it could go above the Windows threshold, you still have Windows pulling you down. That's why when they do those super fast ones, they were using an Ubuntu build, because I guess it interacts differently with hard drives and allows a higher speed and transfer than Microsoft does. So anyway, he went and apologized for that, and he was like, basically saying, I didn't need to do this because really, who's actually going to care about it? Well, I was thinking about that, and to me, that speaks a lot of speaks volumes as to the reputation that show has.
Right.
So he didn't need to apologize, but he went out and said, hey, I was wrong. I'm going to eat this one. It is actually possible that you guys do have the best in class because you're removing these limitations of Windows. You're interacting directly hardware to hardware in a console. So you may have something that is going to bypass all these theoretical limits and just blow, or the physical limits, and go up to the theoretical limits. So it really could be the fastest thing. We don't know yet.
The
I
other,
didn't get to
oh,
the
sorry.
video, unfortunately, but
Yeah, so the other thing that he went on with, which was cool, which he talked about this other controller that Sony does have, which we don't know who makes, and it eliminates lag time in
Mhm.
rendering. So it
Right
saves what's going to happen, and what's about to leave leaves. So you don't see any of the downtime, which I thought was brilliant. And that could be something that only Sony has. And if they do, hey, I applaud them. Did AMD make it? If they did, who made it? We don't know. Sorry.
now, that ties directly back to the Intel thing from the beginning
Right.
of let's not just look quite at benchmarks.
Right.
And it also ties into another Linus video that I was talking to you about before, not on stream, but previously, about why he still loves Intel, right? Because
Right.
Intel doesn't have their fingers just in this pot or just in this pot or just in a big handful like AMD does. Intel has their fingers in billions of dollars of research.
Absolutely. But they have it.
Love Intel, hate Intel, whatever. There are a hugely bigger company than AMD.
Absolutely. And that may change in years. We don't know. But right
It
now, they definitely have more money.
They definitely have more money. They probably spend more money on research than I don't know how big AMD is, but I will guarantee you that Intel spends more money on research that they may never get much back on than probably 99% of companies bring in.
Right. And I don't disagree. And maybe some of their overpricing processors was to compensate for that. And that could be,
But
right? That could be it. But now they're forced to be on the same level. So,
yeah, and they're probably not going to ever drop their research amounts because they're in so many different things, which allows them to branch into other companies easier, right? So
right.
say Intel is teamed up with, well, actually, let's go with, was it Nvidia that just switched over to AMD
NVIDIA
for
just, yeah, which is really weird.
their servers, right? Because the new EPIC processors are just like nuts, right? Um,
They will need the extra cash to buy the tissues for the CEO and investors when AMD spanks them. And again, I'm all saying that is very possible. I'm not. I can't say I'm not an Intel hater. I'm trying to be realistic, and that's what this is about. As much as you can hate something, if they win, they win, right? We can't deny that. And Intel has won. See, I look at it in a different perspective. I say Intel reigned supreme from 2006 to 3 years ago. That is Intel's reign of supremacy. Before that, they were either equal or AMD was in the lead. There was no Intel in the lead. But Intel was smarter. And I don't mean smarter as in technology, I mean smarter as in how they spent their money. They created those blue guys, they had commercials, they had all kinds of stuff that made them look like the best processor. And it made them a ton of money. I applaud them. Good job. Good job. But it's all caught up. And now the race is on, and it'll only improve Intel moving forward. Sorry, Jeff, if I cut you off or not.
oh, it's okay. I'm quite used to it by now.
As I said, people, if you see us fighting in the video, you can, say something, stop fighting or whatever. It can happen. But it's interesting. Sorry, reading text messages. Old married couple. Ooh. I'm not going to get into some old stories from racing days.
We should.
You want to? You really want to open that?
Well, not necessarily any specifics. I don't know where you're going with what about any of them, but
When we had to go away for 3-4 day races and get a hotel.
Paul. You are just going to reinforce what the people already feel about you.
Whoa! What does that mean?
Well, I'm not saying nothing. Everything is good nowadays. Don't you
Oh my
worry.
god.
Um,
All good until Intel buys AMD out. That cannot happen. That I think is not able to be. I think that's against the law.
Well, then they'd be a monopoly, right?
Right.
So the
You're
law should block that, but
right. You're not allowed to be a
money
monopoly.
and partnerships change anything.
I know.
Because then all of a sudden, Cyrex will come back.
It would have to be. There'd have to be a competitive product for that merger to happen, and that can't happen. If that was ever going to happen, it would have happened years ago.
I thought my dog was going to just start going crazy because somebody just came home.
Oh, and he didn't even... Oh, there it is. There it is.
One of them is giving little yips.
Yippity yipper. Oh, is that Yoshi? No, Yoshi and Mario's there now.
Yep, the white one being Yoshi and the black one being Mario.
Yeah, there's no Nintendo love there, eh, guys? Like my cat's named Shadow. Shadow the Hedgehog.
Mario, come here.
Aw, we're going to see Mario. Mario's awesome.
Okay.
Aw. Looks like a little tiny Doberman.
Yep, little tiny 6.5, 7-pound Doberman.
That's what he looks like. Oh, now we got girls to dance in the background again.
He's all Chihuahua. Mario came after Yoshi, so
yes, Yoshi's a bit older now.
yeah, Yoshi is 12 or will be 12 this fall. And Mario will be 3 in the fall. So
we got to get Jeff a 4K camera just so you can see all the... He's got more action going on in the background than I could ever dream of.
yeah, it's a busy place.
Yeah, you got a door in the background here, some Sonic stuff that looks backwards. Damn it, everything's backwards. Did you guys notice that everything's backwards in my show?
It's fine on my screen.
Does it actually look fine on your screen?
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier.
That's messed
Yours
up.
is yours is backwards on yours, but normal on mine. Mine is backwards on mine, but normal on yours.
So it's got to have something to do with the placement of the screens, I think. You're on yours, your screen's on the left, right?
No, my screen's on the right.
Oh. So it's exactly how we see it. That's weird. That's really weird. German Shepherd is scared of ankle biters. Sad or what? That's hilarious. My Shepherd is petrified of my cat, Shadow. Shadow walks by, he goes the other way. But he's doing much better, Bandit. A lot better. The biting is pretty much coming down to nothing, and he's walking beautiful now. It's starting to get better. Those two would bully him. Your two little dogs would bully his Shepherd.
It's possible, until he gets bigger. Anyways.
Well, his dogs, I think, are full size.
Mine?
No, his Shepherd. I believe if you're talking about mine, yeah, well, mine would... Here's how it works. My dog will always be scared of the cat. The fear has been put in him already. So he's going to grow up with that fear, right? And that's good, because the cat should be the alpha. Yep, fully grown, yeah, so... He was giving me some pointers the other night, which was awesome. But anyway, I don't know if this wraps it up. I don't know where we are, Jeff. Are we good for this Saturday?
I don't know. Whatever you want. I never even got into a whole bunch of stuff.
Okay, well, let's shoot. I'm ready.
I didn't write it down. I was driving.
You didn't write it down? You were driving? Again, guys, we were like winging this a bit for the first episode and just want to get a feel for it. Mostly, testing out what we got going on here. We'll definitely put a little more...
Pilot episode.
Pilot episode. So we don't even know if we're going to get the budget to move forward, right, Jeff? We may not have the budget for this.
You go back and watch the pilot episode, and you're like, oh, how did that get picked up as a show?
That would be us. That would be us.
With the exception of the one series that I can watch that I can honestly say that from like watching the pilot episode on was amazing was Sons of Anarchy.
Okay. I've never been into that, so I wouldn't know.
You never watched it at all?
No. I think I may have watched like an episode maybe. The same thing with that other one, that old medieval whatever one that was huge. I can't remember the name of it. Huh?
Vikings?
No, I watched some of the Vikings. Can't can't remember. It was huge. The one that just recently ended, I think.
Game of Thrones?
Yeah, Game of Thrones. Not one episode.
Really?
And it sucks because I heard there was a lot of nudity and I should have watched it. But
Yeah, the beginning episodes there was the first couple seasons.
oh, and then they kind of just mellowed it out, eh?
I think the last couple seasons.
Yeah.
Got
Herb buddy, Herb Wars is here. There's another bud. A little late there, Herb. Here we are winding down. Herb shows up. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do that nonstop. Yeah. 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 I hope everybody's staying safe out there. I know things are different. I don't know how it is in the U.S. right now. Businesses are, I'm going to say mostly opened here, but we're still getting 300 to 400 people in Ontario alone every day with new cases. So it's not, I don't know if it's slowing down.
No comment.
No comment. Yes.
No comment.
We don't like to talk about it too much.
I just don't care to talk about it.
Right. I just want to know everybody's safe. That's all. I just want to make sure everybody's there.
Not for any reason other than I just don't care to.
Right.
So.
Shopping tip for you. It's never going away. It'll be like the HTE flu and be seasonal. Yeah. You're probably right. Anyway, it's a horrible discussion. We hate that side of the business, and we just want to move on and make a happiness.
That's funny because I did actually think about doing that coughing in a store to clear out the way for me because I was at Costco.
Mm-hmm.
Costco has big carts, right? It's a big warehouse store. The carts are big. They're oversized. They're longer. They're wider. The aisleways are pretty big. Like you can generally get 2 carts crossing this direction, like whatever.
Yeah.
Way. No problem. And now with everything, you want a little bit more distance, and that's fine. But it's really annoying when you go to Costco and somebody decides to push their cart in the middle of the aisle with two people there already, and one of them stands on this side of the aisle, but 2 feet behind the cart, and one stands on this side of the aisle about 2 feet in front of the cart for like 5 minutes. And it's like, okay, come on, some of us want to grab this 1,800-pound box of Cheerios, so come on.
And just to give you a little idea here, Jeff is not in a smaller city like me. Jeff is in the Toronto area. So shopping at Costco is a nightmare. Well, I mean, maybe not as much now because it's calmed down where people are, I think, limited to go in, I believe.
Yeah, but they limit how many people go in, but it's still
nightmare.
It's still busy. Like, I mean, it's not that empty. At one point, apparently, they were only allowing 5 people in this store at a time.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
I never went when that happened.
You'd be waiting hours.
Well, luckily, one of our friends was in there, and she called us and said, "Hey, I'm here right now. Do you guys need anything?" So, I mean, we didn't load up with too much stuff, just a few, like, more needed stuff. I think she said she was waiting an hour to get in, or an hour and a bit to get in. I've been to Costco 3 or 4 times, I think, since this all started.
Mm-hmm.
I've gone to go there probably about 9 or 10.
Yeah, you see the lineup and just...
Yeah, like we'll just go. What we'll do is, in the afternoons, if we're taking the baby out for a drive around or something like that, since you can't go do anything fun with them, so you just gotta let them go in the car and kind of go for a little cruise. We'll drive by, and if there's no lineup, then I'll jump out and I'll run in, and
Right. Now,
so
sorry.
A couple times I've done that, or I'll go out in the evening. I'll run over because it's only about maybe 6-7 minute drive from me to get there, depending on how I hit the lights. 10 at the worst case. I'll drive by and see if there's a lineup or not, and if there's no big lineup, then I'll go in and grab stuff. But
did you see what John said? He yelled out Corona. I guess for a beer. and, and everything was priceless. Now, it's funny you say that because I was in Walmart, I think it was a couple days ago, and I was getting near to cash, and I had a dry throat, so it made me cough. And I went, Corona, like that, as a joke. Whoa, Jeff wanted to show us something down below. That's just okay. All right, we're gonna be okay with this then. There we go. Oh, there's that
or the
piece I never put in mine.
yeah, the I'll use my toe,
Yeah,
the vertical,
yep.
the GPUs.
That's a cool piece, people, because you can actually hide that power cable you can't get rid of.
Ignore the giant mess of wires there. It was
Whoa.
much cleaner, but I've
Whoa.
moved stuff around. I hooked up the Elgato and hooked the Elgato. There's my Xbox.
There it is. Oh, it's down below.
Yeah, with the well, it's not going to focus because of the dark, but with the matching hard drive as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, just quickly, the funny part was, oh, there you go. Nice. I love that look.
This actually
That's an
is,
X, right?
yeah, that's the X Gears 5 limited one. Now that is actually behind clear plastic, that skull. So it is under ice.
Nice.
It is a skull coming up through under ice, and it is all textured, same as that one is as well. I don't know if you can.
I can see it. Yeah.
I don't know if it'll let you see the depth though or not.
No. On the Xbox, it did. But just a quick thing, anyway. I did the cough in the lineup. Like I was at the cash, putting my stuff on the conveyor, and there was a lady behind me with her husband with a pile of stuff in their cart, and they backed up and they went off to another aisle, and I was laughing my butt off. I'm like, should have done that when someone like that was in front of me, and had them just go, "Oh, we're out of here." But anyway, you can't even cough anymore.
Because like, I get really bad allergies sometimes, so this year it's more not been like congestion in the nose like usual. It's more been like in my back of my throat, making my throat tickly and like having a cough. So I've been like in a store, and even tonight a couple times I've been fighting like I really have to cough, but I don't want to cough because I don't want people thinking.
Because you're getting itchy, right? Jeff, you might want to
Yeah.
read that comment right there. It's definitely for you.
Yeah, it was much cleaner before. It was actually very straightened up, but then I decided to test the Elgato and test the
I still need to clean mine up.
chat adapter for it, and hook up monitors and unhook monitors and then rehook monitors and move this and move that. And like I said at the beginning, this is just kind of the temporary area where my stuff is right now. When I get to the basement, then it will be a lot different.
That's another thing too. Yeah, he's got a wicked area that he can build in. Like we've got so many thoughts for that area. And just a point out, me and him right now are roughly 5 hours away from each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're about roughly 5 hours away from each other. I'm just waiting to. You guys. I'm going to do a whole new studio tour soon. But when I say soon, I don't know when. I'm waiting for stuff. But all down here, everything is going to change in here. That's why it's a little bit of a mess. I've been trying to get ready for this new stuff coming, and hopefully this is the last time I do something like this because it's out of pocket, right? So I mean, it's like anybody. You're trying to build, you're trying to do this, but you can't blow money like it's candy either. But yeah, Jeff has got quite a nice plan. I love to have the space that he's going to be able to do because he can make it whatever he wants, right? You're able to do whatever you want with that area.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's going to be in the basement, which is unfinished right now, right? So
yeah,
it's going to be probably
an hour from John. Cool.
I don't know exactly how. I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to probably end up building my own like desk and everything and having channels hidden in it for all the wires to come through with I don't know, some kind of cable track system that it's going to go through so it can pop up and have anything everywhere I want.
Or conduit in the wall.
Yeah.
Because you get to build and do whatever you want at that point, right?
I'll probably, when I do the walls, I'll probably run conduit in like a 3/4 inch conduit through everything anyways.
Yeah. That makes it so sweet.
Yeah, I mean, whether I end up using it or not, I mean, if I just get some PVC conduit, it's not really all that. I don't think it's all that expensive.
No, PVC is very cheap.
Now I have to look it up.
And John, you're right. I did notice, and I noticed that. I think I noticed because the background color was different, and the layout was just a little different. So definitely did notice that you were moved because you had mentioned it. If you didn't have mentioned it, I would have wondered what you did to the room, why it was throwing me off a little. But yeah, I did see that you did it. Good job. I like your wraparound desk thing. I really do like that idea. That's pretty cool.
Okay, so 3/4 inch. Yeah, so it's not that expensive. So three-quarter inch, 10-foot long conduit's $6.47 a foot, or not a foot, a length.
That's not bad.
So 64 cents a foot, and one end's already flared, so it just pops together. No big deal. Throw a couple conduit boxes in every, whatever, however far down the room. Mark where they are, or I guess just put a blank, like a 2-gang blank in front of it.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and then it's easy to do whatever.
Yeah, no, you're like my house when I bought it was finished, like the basement was finished, so I just got the room that was only fair for my children, so I got a smaller studio, but I do have a game room, and I apologize for not actually doing the tour because I've been talking about doing a tour, but what people need to understand, and I'm going to say it, I'm just going to say it out live here right now, and I don't care basically who watches it in the end, but I am hurting. Like, you guys don't see what happens. You don't see, like, there's days when I go 3 or 4 days without a video. It's because I'm not in the right state, or like, I can bend over sometimes, and I might be like that for a long time before I straighten up. And I'm in pain. And that's something nobody gets to know or see because I edit videos. I cut them out. But it also stops me from getting things like that game room ready. The other big problem with the game room is it's open concept. So the stairs come down, it's open. If anybody farts upstairs, it's on my mics will. You'd hear it, right? So I have to make sure everybody's out of the house, or they're all a part of the video or something to make this work. So I'm going to get to it. I'm going to do it probably in stages or something. I haven't figured it out yet, but I will get to it, and I'll show you guys, all my fun toys. Jeff, you're looking way too serious. Freaking me out a little.
I'm just reading conduits and trying not to make jokes about what you just said.
Why?
Because it's not nice if I make jokes about what you just said.
Yeah, but that's part of it. I'm used to it. I'm a pincushion.
That goes so good with the jokes. That goes so good with the jokes.
Oh, man.
I'll just say it.
Stream it when you feel it, Paul. Yeah, and that's just it, right? So Jeff has a chorus line of dancers in the shots, and you have a gas passing. Yeah, he's definitely got the better background going on right now. I can't compete with it. He bends over and it hurts for a long time. He is a pincushion. So you guys know where that came from, right? It does say Hobby Revolution there in the little logo.
It sure does.
He didn't say it. He just typed it. That's not very nice.
That's why I didn't say it.
It was hurtful.
Well, again.
Back to the hotel. No.
You got punched in the ribs that night.
Oh, I got a punch. Nothing bad happened.
They tried to make it happen.
Apparently.
No, apparently.
Cuddled him when I was sleeping.
Certainly did try to.
Oh, man. Yes, everybody sub Hobby Revolution, please.
More than once.
Yeah, Hobby Revolution needs to grow. It really needs to grow. So let's get those subs a roll. And we're going to, like I said, we're going to be doing a show every Saturday. Because, one, it's fun. It really is. Coming up with some topics, of course, will be fun. But I'm sure somebody out there is going to do something stupid that we could talk about in between the run of a week.
Yeah. Maybe next time we'll actually make some talking notes.
Yeah, and that's about, we got to do a little, well, this, like I said, it was a quick let's do it. Because if we never started it, we would never start it. You would just keep talking about it, right? I mean, let's be real. Time Bandit, yeah, I was hit in a pretty decent car accident 2 years ago. And from the impact of the person hitting me, I actually went through a light pole and still continued sliding into oncoming traffic just to break it down a little. I've been in pain ever since.
I can show a picture of that if you'd like.
I'd rather not see a picture of it right now.
I don't blame you.
Yeah,
I'd rather not see a picture when I see it too, because I was there very quickly after it happened.
Yeah, I remember hearing your car coming.
Yeah, yeah, because you were on your way to my house.
Yep. Yeah, I was actually on my way to Jeff's for his son's birthday. And
that you saw first.
Yeah, the kid that danced in the very beginning. And shit didn't go. It went sideways. So it's a dark time, and I'm trying to get past it. I even have teeth missing, as you can see here, from the collision. And anyway, I'm embarrassed about this, but you know, it's life. It's what happened.
Yeah, it was quite the thing that was not. Well, I guarantee you, it was a lot less fun for you, but it was a very memorable. Well, it was memorable, but not preferably to be memorable moment. So, anyway, we can talk about that a different time. We need happy notes.
Yeah, we're that's just it. Like, I can't get into it anyway because of other reasons, but not something that I want to be talking about. I just tell you guys because you're my viewers, and I want to be straight up with everybody. I mean, I don't want to, show that I'm lazy or something. I'm the last person. I put out almost 300 videos in 2 years. I'm pretty proud of myself right now. So,
that's good.
But I haven't put the effort, I think, into them like I did in the beginning. Remember, Jeff, like when we used to do the green screen videos, and we used to do some pretty stupid stuff. You should go back to some old videos. They're pretty funny. And it's almost like a bad B movie. But it was just quirky, stupid, and it was fun. So I'm hoping to get that back.
Well, I mean, honestly, the only reason that...
Sorry to hear that, buddy.
The only reason it seems that way, like, of, the different quality and stuff. Your good looks compensate for your bad back.
It's pretty sweet. Are you hitting on me? Anyway.
And there you
go. And there I go, yeah. So, anyway.
I was saying something.
You were saying something. I hate it when that happens.
Right. Yes. The old videos versus now videos where it feels like you don't put the same effort into them as before. That's because now you do too many.
Yeah, I mean, I've caught back a little bit on the too many thing. You'll notice I used to do it every other day for a while, and now I've brought it back down to every third or fourth day because it is overwhelming. I mean, I do work for a living, and it is hard. And I mean, people think that being a YouTuber, this is the funny part about it all. People think being a YouTuber, and some people shit on YouTubers saying that anybody can be a YouTuber. Well, then pick up a freaking camera, get your stuff, and show it to me, because this is not easy. The day I decided to do this was because people like Jeff and everybody else were like, man, you're this quirky guy, why aren't you on YouTube? And I never thought about it, and I was like, all right, let's try it. But it was an intimidating day. It was kind of scary, because now you're going to see yourself in a venue that the world can see. And what, AG Status, what's up? Thanks for coming into the show. So it does take balls to stand up and put yourself out there. It really does. And what people don't get is the time and effort put into even just coming up with a friggin' idea to have that next show is harder than doing the show. The show is easy. It's the idea and what has to be put into that idea to make the show that's hard. Anybody can stand in front of a camera and have someone film them. But get it up there and have people actually watch it.
You can be a YouTuber. I mean, it's true. You can record a video off your cell phone and put it up on YouTube. But there's a difference between, that was the thing we didn't talk about. So it's a difference between being just a guy putting videos up on YouTube and putting, thought and quality and some care into what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Which is what reminded me of what we were talking about tonight, which was anybody can build a Lego PC now.
Right.
Right?
Yep.
So, I mean, we can get into it bigger a different time because it's already, 2.5 hours, solid 2 hours at least anyways.
Yeah,
now.
solid 2 hours into this, our first.
I was a little behind.
Jeff was a bit behind, which, let's just, we're not perfect by any means.
We're at an hour and 44 minutes so far. Oh, no, wait.
Yeah, I'm 2 hours.
Nope, I wasn't back far enough. 2 hours and 15 minutes now.
Right.
But yeah, just to get on that, you and I were talking, which actually we talked about this earlier when we were talking before the show, when we got into it, when we mentioned about Linus.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And again, both of us like Linus. I think he's pretty real. I don't think he's completely full of nonsense. I don't think that he is one of the guys that does reviews based on just who is giving him money to do reviews, right? So, hey, here's a product. Hey, this Red Dragon 203 mouse is the greatest mouse you'll ever use. It's incredible. The mouse, the keyboard, and a mouse pad cost $29.99. I think it was $39.
Right.
Still,
didn't even know you used a Red Dragon mouse until now.
Well, I needed another mouse and keyboard when I had the that was a little different than this one.
Yeah.
But I needed another mouse and a keyboard, and I was actually trying to get another headset when I had the second system going at the start of all the at home stuff. Because I was short one, and they didn't have Canada Computers didn't have the set with the headset in stock. They just had this one.
Mm-hmm.
So I grabbed this and a Logitech MK120 or something. I don't know, the cheap $25 Logitech mouse and keyboard. Because actually, as far as working and typing on, is one of my favorite keyboards ever.
That's awesome.
That keyboard and the cheap Microsoft one, they're amazing. They're just comfortable. They're easy to use, and it's so cheap, $20 for a keyboard and a mouse. But some reviewers will tell you that, oh, this thing's incredible. It's so accurate, and it's so this and it's so that. You know what? It's okay.
Yeah. I wouldn't say a $30 mouse is the best any day.
No, and I replaced a Logitech MX5500 wireless desktop with this, which was I think almost $400 mouse and keyboard combo.
Mm-hmm.
I happened to luck into it as an open box clearance at Canada Computers, and I think I got it all for $89. But I replaced it with this because it was really annoying me. But it was comfortable, but crappy in games. Sorry, go ahead.
G Status, you're YouTubing full time. That impresses me. That is my goal. That is absolutely my goal. I've been doing it for roughly 2 years, and my growth is really starting to hit now. But it's taken quite a bit to get there. And I applaud you. If you're doing this full time, I completely applaud you. Good job. Everybody, G Status, what's your channel? Let everybody go over to there. Everybody go plug this guy. Sign up, check him out. That is, wow. I'm impressed. I got sponsors I won't call them sponsors. I gotta watch how I say that because they're not. No one tells me how to run my show, and no one tells me how to promote their product. Can you hear me? Yep.
Okay, good. I hit a button.
Oh, sorry. They were asking you to turn your mic up a little bit.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was just going into.
Okay.
And I thought I hit the wrong mic, that's all.
Okay. It sounds better now. So, anyway, what I'm getting at is, Mano has been supporting me quite well. In fact, there's something else coming down the road when it finally is available to help with this show, this new segment we're doing. And I applaud them, but they don't tell me what to do with it. If I don't like this mic, I'm going to straight up tell you I don't like it, because I don't want to be known as the guy that tells you to go buy something. And I'm feeling horrible right now because I put a video up about a Logitech adapter that makes like components like your G27 steering wheel and everything work on your Xbox One. Now, I tested it on my Xbox One S. It works for me. Okay? But I'd say a good 50% of the viewers, and that video went a little bit way up there for me, it didn't work. So I'm like, why? But I promoted the product. Now, it wasn't given to me. I bought it. And I figured I'd make a video out of it because that's what I do. If I buy something new for my gaming, my room, my whatever, I talk about it. If it works, I talk about it, absolutely. So I put a link and people were buying it and everything. And then they weren't mad at me, but they were coming at me and asking me, well, how'd you get it to work? So I did a follow-up video showing the whole thing from step one right down to what I do to make it work. And that I had problems with it. And everybody's still having problems where their wheels recognized and so on and so forth. I feel horrible about that video. Absolutely horrible about it. But it worked for me. I don't know if they're using an original Xbox One. I'm using an S. I don't know if they're using an X. I'm using an S. So I had to make a statement. It worked on my unit with my setup, how things are. Maybe you have a wrong G27. I don't know. Why everybody else is having trouble, I don't know, but it makes me feel bad. And I don't want to be that person. So I'll give another perfect example. I just got a webcam company asking me to do another webcam review. A different company. Now I know that mic or that camera is probably not going to be much different than the one I did a review on. But here's the kicker. It's $59.99 American. So I said, whoa, I'm Canadian. Can I have a Canadian link? The same company selling the same product in Canada, $145. So I questioned it. They haven't talked to me since that. I straight up said, why am I going to promote your camera when it's only worth $60 US? So it's like a $90 camera Canadian. Why is it $145 in Canada? So instead of me just jumping on it and doing the review for this camera, I don't want my viewers to go, why are you pushing this camera? When the other one for $94, which was $45 when I did the review, is now $95. But people understood that the times have changed. Webcams have gotten expensive. I get it. It's time that these companies can monopolize on it. But the camera was really good. Was it worth $100? Yes. So, they're still buying it. But I'm not going to try and promote another camera that's going to be identical for another $50. Not happening.
Yeah, I found the microphone boost finally. After
Boom!
all that.
You are boosted. I hear that perfectly. So let's read some of the reviews here. You got 4,000 followers in under 2 years on Twitch, but burnt myself out doing 12-hour streams, and I feel for you. I know what that would be like. The last review came from a company that I reviewed a lot of stuff on. Yeah, and I know that item was defective, and you said it was defective. Thank you for that, and that's what I want is honesty. Honesty is always the best policy, absolutely. Your applause shows appreciation. Boom. And that is correct, because if you want to grow in this business, be truthful. Be honest. Do companies give me product? Yes. Do I support that product or mention it? Absolutely. Like, for example, I'll give you a perfect example. This company right here, Be Quiet, which is now backwards. See, everything's backwards, Jeff.
It's the right way for me.
It's all backwards. Empty box.
Hope that was empty.
Empty box. Bottom line is, this company's been behind me since I had 200 subscribers. 200 subscribers. This company found me because I did a review on the Asa Thor 320 case, and it exploded a little. And they contacted me and said, hey, would you like to try out Be Quiet products? Absolutely, I would. It never even dawned on me why they would pick me. They've been with me ever since. And Be Quiet, I thank you so much for that, because without that, it was definitely to boost and to help, because without them, I can't afford to build computers when they help me alleviate the cost. Okay? So there's always people like that. Mano with their microphones. Fine with their microphones. And that's what's coming. I'll be doing a Fine review on a mic similar to this one, Not quite in the same category, but that doesn't mean it's not as good. So we'll find out soon. But anyway, like I said, Jeff, that is the perks of this. But without those perks, it's really hard to grow. I cover gaming and hip hop. Yeah, wicked. I'm a hip hop fan, bro. I love hip hop. Yeah, that's cool. Hey, Hulk Hogan is banned from the new AEW. Nia Jax called to be fired. That just came up on my news report. Now, I also have wrestling in my channel, so I guess that's why that came up. But I support local wrestling. I was going to wear their shirt tonight, actually. Sorry, Rex, or anybody that watching from that.
Yeah, you haven't done it. Well, I guess it hasn't been in a while, has there?
No, because all the events are canceled right now until further notice.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, I can't do any of the wrestling videos. And the Bubblegum Princess video, well, if you watch it, you'll understand why it's the highest rated video that I have for wrestling. It says it all, Bubblegum Princess. Whoo, boy. That's all I got to say. Just go watch the video.
I got a review for this chair.
Yeah. Sucks.
Not sucks, but semi-disappointing.
Sorry. Yeah, and that's the thing, right? Like, I love my chair. It is one of the, since my back's been bad, this Orosi chair has actually been my best friend. It's not too soft and it's not too firm. It's just there. But it still kills me after, 4 hours or something if you're sitting there. But
yeah.
Anyway.
This one's, I don't know, this one's got about a 3-hour time limit for me.
Yeah, about a 3-hour time limit. I get it.
Yeah.
And I mean, realistically, our podcast should be about 2 hours max. We know it keeps going on because, like, we got you guys watching us, and I love the chat. Jeff knows I can't shut the hell up, right?
No, he really doesn't.
I can't shut up.
It doesn't matter if you're saying anything either. He just blah, 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 right over top.
This is true. I'm not even going to knock that. I mean, it's absolutely true.
You can't knock it because then I could call you a fraud liar.
Oh, that hurts. That hurts.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Let me know when you want to wrap it up, buddy. I'm all good.
Back on a subject for a second.
Yep.
Just a real quick, and actually, because there's computer guys, watching this and chatting right now, they can chime in a little bit if they want, and you can respond to them a little after if you'd like. But
absolutely,
we were talking about, back in Linus, right? Because he said something, and I can't quote exactly what it was that he said. The first system he went and bought. I think he said he was in high school or something like that. But anyways, he went and bought a system from somebody, and it was
that's cool.
I don't know if it was a Pentium 4 or a Pentium D or something like that, but I'm pretty sure it was a named processor. So I'm pretty sure like it was, post 486, 586, 686 days. And he said he went and he bought that, and then I think he said he ripped it apart right afterwards and built it. Well, you still had to, there was still dip switches. There was still, jumpers you had to change, stuff like that on computers at that time.
Yep.
Now you literally can go and buy a whack load of stuff from the computer store or online, whatever. Pop, pop, pop. Hope it doesn't go up in smoke. Hey. What is it? Every time right? But every time I put a system together in the last, let's say, when did I build my 1500 system? That was about little over a year ago, year and a half maximum. Right? Hello?
Yep.
Hi, are you there still?
Me?
Paul?
Yep.
Have you cut out?
Yep. No, here.
Hi.
Hey, nope.
Oh, okay.
Nope.
Just checking because it was like you weren't paying any attention to what I was saying once again.
Am I stuck? Sorry, I was reading and listening.
Yes. So, he should stop placing those drinks. Correct.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't ask him where he keeps the warm ones.
Oh, shit. Yeah, back when it was plug and pray.
Yeah, right?
I think it's a little more plug and pray now.
Well, every time that I'm building the system and it's all together, what do I say? I'm like, all right, Paul, I'm nervous. Gonna press the power button for the first time.
And he
right?
calls me to like tell me we're firing up for the first time every time.
Okay, gonna press the power button, man. Like it's gonna press it now. And it's like actually a guy was streaming a live build and he smoked it. It went up like caught on fire.
That's awesome.
Like smoke pouring out of it. I saw the video like afterwards and like I don't know, it was a Daily Clip Central or something. But anyway, so Linus said, you know, he was this and it was a named Pentium, and it got me thinking. I was like, okay, so the first system that I worked on wasn't much. I think I swapped a hard drive in it the first time was a 286.
Bonus right? Magic smoke.
Yeah, well, Paul got the magic oil.
I got the magic oil. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, that's the special one.
Your board just had a piss.
Yeah, that's a good one. I don't think you can do much to release the magic goo.
Unless what?
You get the magic smoke, that's easy, especially back in the RC days, right? Like
the
magic smoke that came out all the time.
All the time.
You start releasing like the magic liquid out of the caps and stuff like that. That's there.
And with today's caps, that's freaking rare.
Yeah, it is. Unless you're, hooking up a speed control backwards in an RC car.
Remember night racing and the one caught on fire going around on the track? Al Winger. Al's. I remember that.
Or what about
there's light.
What about, as everybody started doing the 8-scale brushless conversions, and if it wasn't a really good battery tray and the battery slid over and into your nice new metal spur gear, and your spur gear sliced your lipo in half. Remember that one at the track?
Yeah, that truggy. Remember the truggy that was burning to the ground and the guy goes running for it and I grab him like, what are you doing? You can't even breathe that shit in.
Yeah, but you remember who it was?
Yeah.
Who?
That was Jay had it happen.
Yeah.
And so did what's his name that was driving our tires there one time. Wasn't
Kevin?
It? No.
Which tires? The VPs?
The VPs, yeah.
What were those other ones we had? Those other tires were cool. The ones we got from Kevin.
I can't remember. They were good though.
They were black and green bag. I can see them.
Yeah. But those were fun times. I could go
downstairs and grab a set.
Yeah, they were fun times. I mean, racing was fun. Was this? Put a monster in a Summit. It would pull my car until I roasted the ECM. Yeah, big time. I also ran an X01. Nice.
That's not a good thing to do to a Cessna or an X01.
Nope, not at all.
Yeah, so Linus was with those, and it got us thinking. We're like, okay, it was like 286 was the first thing that I remember working on, and I remember we upgraded the RAM in it because I don't think it would play Wolfenstein 3D well or something. Like I think it was Wolfenstein or something like that. It just wouldn't play well. So I think I was in grade 6 at the time, maybe grade 7 by then. And I remember saving up money from, cutting the grass, and I don't think I had a paper route anymore at that time, but, doing chores and allowance and stuff like that. Right. And I remember saving up money, and I'm pretty sure my mom said to me, she's like, if you save half the money, then we'll pay for the other half to upgrade the RAM of the computer. Right. And I was like, okay, cool. So I saved it up, and I remember buying 1 megabyte of RAM. Which was like,
think about that, 1 megabyte of what? EC, what do you call
EDO
that?
Or something?
EDO
RAM or something. I remember it like slid in and bent down and like snapped into the tabs, and there was 8 of them in the motherboard. It was 8 128 kilobyte strips of RAM that went in, and it was like, yeah, I was young then. I think we paid like $410 or something for 1 megabyte of RAM.
That's crazy.
Like this PC that I'm on right now, it has just 32 gigs in it. Right? So just 32 gigs. So you have 32 gigs times 1024 megabytes per gig. So that's 32,768 megabytes of RAM times $429. That's $14,057,472 worth of RAM.
That's crazy. Yeah, read that. It's
Right?
I remember my first machine, besides let's say a Commodore or a Tandy. My first real IBM class machine was a 8086, and a guy brought it to me in a box in pieces, and he said, "If you can build this and make it work, you can have it." So that was my first build. It was a big desktop, big fat white desktop. I put it together, and I was so lost because I had to learn dip switches. I wanted to put a sound card in, dip switch so it didn't conflict with an IRQ with the video card or something else, or everything was dip switch. And I was sitting there like a dipstick just going. Finally got that thing going. I was working for a Radio Shack. I was a manager for a Radio Shack, and they had a 1X CD-ROM sitting on the shelf, and it was clearance. And I could have got it for $400 on clearance regular, $8.99. And this is how bad this drive was. So instead of a drawer, you had a cartridge that you opened, you put your CD in, closed, put it in, and went click, click, so it locked. You wanted it out, you went click, click, and pulled it out. That's what I started with. And I remember because it came with an encyclopedia on disc that I thought was the coolest thing in the world. I was just blown away by it. And it was DOS 3.2 or something or whatever I had put on the machine. And when I finally got to play something like, I believe at the first time might have been like, I think it was like a dungeon crawler. I can't remember what it was called. But Jeff, you were walking down, the bricks were all blue. I remember that. But it wasn't Wolfenstein. It was like a dungeon crawler. You went down, you hit an arrow, you went left or you went right. It was kind of like a maze thing, but then things could pop out and kill you. And I don't remember what that was, but I remember that being the coolest thing in the world.
Well, Wolfenstein was all blue.
Right, but it wasn't Wolfenstein because I didn't get into that till I got my 286.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Well, Wolfenstein 3D was 286.
Yeah, I do remember.
I don't know if there was one before it or not. I can't remember that.
I do remember having a sound card and a video card that I put EDO RAM on to boost.
Yep.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Oh, that might have been it. Montemo's Revenge. That could have been it. But it was just, it was like a mazy-like game. And it was just interesting. And my mind was blown. And I said, you can't get better than this. Remember those days? This is so realistic. Holy shit, it wasn't even close to being realistic.
I do remember MemMaker in DOS and Windows 3.1.
Oh, yeah.
I have probably still, I still have it out in the garage. I don't think I threw it out yet. My actual, from the first time I went to college, like the first program I took was computer networking specialist. I went in straight out of high school, essentially just to get a degree, because I was, a big computer geek in high school, and I had been building computers for, at that point, 5 years. So I went to, so I went to school for a computer networking specialist just to get that. The first semester, I literally walked into every class and asked if I could do the exam right away. I was a little bit of an arrogant kid, but...
No, he's a bit of an arrogant kid now.
Well, it's different, though. Unreal Tournament was awesome. That was one of my favorite PC games. Me and one of my previous friends, used to play that all the time, because I'll get to that in a second. But yeah, so I remember going in and asking if I could do, the exams, and the teacher were like, "Oh, whatever, blah blah blah." The entire first year for my computer classes, my average was 99%.
Wow.
I got one question wrong on one exam, and I got lucky on one. The hardware exam.
Wicked games.
Literally, you had to. They gave you all the parts in a case and everything. You had to build the computer, and you had to load DOS 6.22 on it. And then you told them you were done, and then you had to leave the room, and they did something to the computer so that it would not work, right? And I knew the teacher was cool. I remember the professor was cool. It's like we always used to joke because he knew I knew what I was doing with stuff. So I got really lucky. So he did like I think there was 4 things that they would do to make a computer not work, and I think he like renamed one of the bat files for loading DOS, which I happened to catch right away. He pulled like loosened off a stick of RAM and did something and unplugged a hard drive and whatever, just stuff. And I think you only had
stuff.
I think you had like 10 or 15 minutes to fix it. Like that was kind of your thing, right? And so I did all that and I was like, whatever, 2 minutes, here you go, bud. And he looks at me and he hits the power button and it turned on and he shook his head. He's like, damn it. He's like, I tried to get you. He pulled the back end of the video card out without taking the screw out of the front, so it looked like it was still in, but it didn't pull up enough, so it still had contact on the back of the slot.
So you missed it, but it worked.
Yeah, so he's like, damn it. He's like, it still works, so you pass. I was like, oh, that was a good one. I'm like, I should have caught that, but so actually since then though, I just realized every time I always double check cards before I turn the computer on, and now I just realized that's why.
Yeah, that would do it.
Yeah.
My experience in school, I remember when the internet was going to be this big thing, and HTML. You wanted to be a web designer, you had to know HTML. And I was really fluent in HTML. So we went to this course in Goose Bay Lab. Well, it was Lab City. So it was just you had to drive 7 hours on a trail through the woods to get to this city called Labrador City. And we were in the middle of nowhere. It was a U.S. military / British military, whatever base that I was living in Goose Bay, Labrador.
Thanks for coming by and checking out.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Anytime. We're going to check you out, bro. Definitely going to check you out. And thank you. Thank you very much.
Duke Nukem and Quake. Played those all the time.
Oh, and Hexen and all that. They were great games.
I don't remember. Hexen I don't remember playing.
Hexen was no different than them all. They were all kind of in the same family.
Yeah,
Hexen was with crossbows and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was kind of like a medieval type game. Peace, my peeps. Whoop. Sorry. Got all gangster. Have a good night, buddy. But anyway, we were taking this, me and my best friend from Goose Bay. Trying to remember. Why can't I? White. Kent White. Kent, if you ever watch, here's a shout out. Kent White. We went to this course that we were doing, and it was so funny because we were ahead of everybody. We'd make our pages.
I used to HTML in Notepad.
Yeah, well, that's what we did too, right?
I used to have to do it just straight up. We weren't even allowed to use editors. I started learning C++, and then I stopped. Actually, it wasn't ++. It was just C. When I started, it was just C programming.
Yeah, so we what happened was the teacher, we'd correct them. We were always like, oh, and the teacher would be like, what? And we're like, dude, you could do this like 20 minutes faster if you do this. You could do it 10 minutes faster if you do this. Not even 2 weeks into the course, he walks over, he goes, you guys have passed. Just be quiet and make a website or something on the side. Whatever. Just please. Don't say anything else. And it was the most hilarious thing in the world because we upped the teacher so bad that he was like, I'm just going to pass these guys, give them their certificate, and keep them over in a corner.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned HTML and the teacher with that, right? So when I said I had the 99% average, the one thing they got me wrong and dragged me down was HTML class.
Oh.
So we had to do a web page, and it had to have a minimum of, I think 3 pages off of it or 4 pages off of it. And you had to change the background, you had to change a font color, and you had to change a font size, and blah, 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 right?
Yep.
Well, I'd been doing HTML for a little while, and was it HTML 3.0 or something that brought frames in? Remember when, like, the slash frame and all you could have the frame down the side and then all the other stuff, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's the course I was in.
So you remember when it came out, to do a triple frame was tough.
Yes.
Right? So you could do a frame down the side and then a border or a header frame and then another one.
Right.
But to do an entire across the top and then the split column in the middle, right?
Right.
Nobody thought you could actually do that.
Yeah.
With that. I figured it out. My GeoCities site. GeoCities?
Yeah. That's exactly how I got my free website up.
Yeah, so my GeoCities site had that, and it was split that way. I actually got emails from Okay, because then I locked the code so you couldn't do source code check on it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm sure you still could, but so I got emails from companies like actually asking me, how did you do that? Like, how can we do that frame? The worst BBS.
Hey,
Hot Metal was the first soft to
he's
include
got a
check. Maybe
GeoCities
I do
account.
remember Hot Metal.
Yeah. I used to run a BBS, a tower with a whole
Yeah.
pile of CD drives in it on a telephone
Yeah.
line. Shareware, baby, shareware.
One of my buddies ran the biggest one around here. He had 30 nodes in it or something like
Holy
that.
shit.
Yeah, he had all these lines. Like, he had a big trunk line going into his house from Bell. I worked for him for a little bit when he had a retail store and stuff.
Wow.
But yeah, so the HTML class, right? The one thing I got wrong. So I did a frame page and all this stuff and had this, and you linked and you clicked and you did all this stuff. And I was like, okay, changing backgrounds. Each page was a different color. And then the main background, I was like, you know what? I don't want it to just be a color. I want it to be a picture. So I went and I took a piece of, because my dad's big into woodworking, right?
Mm.
So I took a piece of cherry wood that he had, like nice, beautiful, like, nice grain in it, everything, beautiful piece of cherry wood. And I took that and I scanned it into the computer, and I made that as my background for my entire website, right? And I changed different colors and stuff like that. One of the pages, I changed it to a different color white.
And that failed you. That gave you your point off.
That took my 5% off because the guy said, "Oh, this is white." No, it wasn't like, and it wasn't like you couldn't use Hot Metal, you couldn't use Front Page. I don't even think Front Page existed at the time.
Right.
Stuff like that. So it wasn't like I didn't go in and it wasn't white. It was like you had to type in, the hexadecimal numbers for it. So instead of like 0000000 whatever, I used like 0000 A0 whatever. So it was a slightly different white, but the monitors they had at the school couldn't see it, so it just showed up as white. Shh, Yoshi.
I
don't want her to wake Beckham up.
Yeah.
So it wasn't.
Your little one's been sleeping quite well.
He has been sleeping very well this evening. So like I had a ViewSonic 17-inch CRT. I don't remember what series, whatever, but it was like, it was a good monitor back in the day, right?
Hey, buddy, how are you?
I think the school had only whatever was in between, after the. Remember how they used to go on how many colors it did? Like, so it was the 16.7 million color.
Yep.
And then whatever the step down from that one was.
Yep.
I think the school had the step down, and I had the 16.7 million color monitor. So
I remember buying the flat. Remember when the glass went flat, and it was like a 21 inch. What was the monitor? Oh, I had a 21, and what was the monitor named? There was a brand name. It's gone now.
eSonic?
No, it was three letters, I think.
Oh,
K.
TKO? Was it?
No, K.
TNK? Not KTS. That's not.
KTS maybe.
Tandy.
No, not KTS, but it was K.
KLM? KLM?
Might have been KLM. I'm not sure. It was something 3-letter like that. It started with a K, but it was like the best thing to have, and I had to have it. 21 inch. I was a rich guy on the block. It took everything I had to buy that monitor. NKS. That's it. NKS. That's what it was.
Oh, I had an NKS.
They were crazy monitors for the time. I wish I still had it just to build my retro. So, I mean, are you going to get the micro Game Gear? Unfortunately, I will probably buy all 4 of them because I'm a big Sega fanboy, as you can probably see some Sega stuff back here. I'm a sucker for Sega. Always have been. Grew up with it. Master System was my thing. I have the complete entire North American Master System collection boxed. The only thing I need really is the box for the 3D kit. You have it too. Nice. Or you're getting it too. Not sure where we are there with that.
Images of 1999 top computer monitors.
NKS was... that name seems very familiar. NKS. And now my 34-inch ultra-wide is a HKC. I'm 3 letters again, Jeff.
Yeah. I have an NEC LCD around somewhere too.
Nice. I haven't talked about this monitor
And a
yet.
Mitsubishi one.
Mitsubishi. I remember, what was it? ViewSonic, when ViewSonic was the best CRT monitors, period. And I remember getting a 21 or whatever ViewSonic flat after a while. And now ViewSonic to me is just absolute junk. No offense if anybody has them, but I've never seen their LCDs last worth nothing.
I think they have gotten better now.
Sorry.
Maxim PC from October
Texting at the same
99.
time.
Pentium 3 versus Athlon.
Yep. And I remember when the slot 1 Athlons came out and there was a 1 gigahertz Athlon. I went to an auction because the only way to get the fresh release was to bid on it. Oh my god, it went for thousands. And this processor was like maybe, $500-600 at the time, and I just couldn't. All right, buddy, thank you. Wife wants to play. I don't even know where we're going with that, but hey, that's cool. That's cool. See you in a bit.
This
Yeah,
is
buddy.
awesome. In looking up that monitor, I just found a link to Maxim PC magazine from October 99. It's got the whole magazine scanned in that you can actually scroll through everything.
Nice. John, you have a good night. My first, I was first selling Tandys. I remember selling, Tandy, funny he talks about Tandy because their 486 DX 100 was faster than the 486 DX 100s that were in the market in the IBM class. So Tandy actually had, I don't know what it was, but their chips were like overclocked or something. They were 120s or something like that. And their 100s were like 120s. And they were so much faster than everybody else out there. I remember selling a mouse for $800 upgrade at one point. I know that's dating myself really bad, but I do remember that. And 20 megabyte hard drive. Oh my god. When hard drives weren't in them when you bought them, $3,000 or $4,000 for a box, and then your monitor was separate, your mouse was separate, but you got a keyboard. It was hilarious. But those were the days where you could hook it up to your TV still. It was really hilarious.
Oh man, I gotta send you a link to this magazine. You'll love it. Oh, it's got like the old Matrix Millennium advertisings in it, old NVIDIA advertisings.
That's cool.
Where is broadband? The future of broadband.
And the best video card to own, the Voodoo.
Sound Blaster.
Voodoo. E-Machine with Windows 98. I still haven't forgiven them. Yeah, when you buy an E-Machine, you never forgive them. 3DFX, yep. The Voodoo Blaster. The Creative Labs card. I wanted the best one, and that was apparently it at the time. And
or Falcon Point 4.0.
Yeah. That was a game, right?
Yeah. Play game. K7, AMD's last hope.
K7.
Intel's Nemesis pins everything on Athlon.
You see, the fight was always there.
Even as AMD ships more K6 processors, the company keeps losing money while Intel grows fat on profits.
Always been. Now not so much. Their profits are really good right now.
Last line of the article. For the sake of competition, let's hope Athlon doesn't become AMD's biggest Y2K problem.
Y2K. I remember selling the discs. Yep. Y2K discs. What a load of shit that was.
Right?
Your clock was going to stop. Your machine won't work anymore.
Airplanes are going to fall out of the sky. Straight down. Yep. No more physics. No. As soon as those zeros roll over and it turns back to 1800s, airfoils and airflow over wings isn't going to happen, and planes are just going to do this. Straight down. That's it.
It was just absolutely stupid. Absolutely stupid.
Gaming's next move. Ooh, going online, but will we stay there? Half-Life. All right, I have to send you this.
Half-Life.
I'm going to send you this right now. And then I'm going to close it because otherwise I will keep reading it. Where are you? There you are. How did I get that many messages since then from other people? Sent.
Yeah, I got your thing. Boom. Now you're going to get me looking all the nostalgia. All the nostalgia. Oh, wicked. I want to build a custom old PC with a modern look. That is something I really want to do. Okay, again, we could talk till we're blue in the face, but we've been going on now. It's probably getting close to 3 hours, and
I just got a video that'll be interesting for next time.
For next time? But let's save it for next time.
Xbox speaks out on Xbox Series X.
That mistake bought me a graphite iMac next. Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm so sorry that you bought an iMac. And especially back then. Do you remember how hard it was to buy a game? You couldn't download it. You couldn't go out and... Nothing was digital. You had to physically go buy the game. And nobody carried stuff for it. So
keep
hard.
reloading the wrong window.
Then on to Windows XP. Happy days, yeah. I'm going to be building an XP computer.
XP.
Yep, I'm building an XP computer. It's going to be a build, but I somehow want to put it on the wall and water cool it with maybe a custom loop. So
that would be cool.
That's going to happen one day. I still have my case from 2006. It is the that's the vintage I kind of want to go with. So that'd be an Athlon 64 939 board. Because I can still water cool that one. And the case is a Thermaltake Mozart TX. If you look it up, it's the size of a beer fridge. And that is a case that I would love to continue building. And that was the year my daughter was born, my oldest daughter. So it's kind of like a nostalgia thing. I won't get rid of the case. You still have your XP PC, but never use it. Oh man, the games on that are way better than what we see today. I want to play the old games. Absolutely. But I think we're going to wrap this up, Jeff.
Yep. It's pretty much midnight now, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm happy. The turnout was a lot better than I expected. We got a lot of chat going on. I thank all of you guys for staying in and watching us. Thank you very much. I love the support. Anybody wants us to check anything out, please email me. My email, everything's all in the description. And if you want to go around walking Last Game Hunter clothing, there's a link. No one buys my shit. But anyway. Yes, thank you. And I Bandit, you're awesome. John's awesome. All you guys are all awesome. And I love it. And I want this to grow. Like I said, we're going to do this every Saturday at around 9 p.m. We're going to try and keep this a constant thing. Whether if one of us can't do it, then we'll have someone else or we'll be alone. Whatever the case is, but we'll keep this going. We want to have this new video podcast called... What's it called again, Jeff?
Under Review.
Under Review. And we are under review right now. So we have no idea where we're going with this.
We could have also named it To Be Determined.
To Be Determined, yeah.
I would have left it open too.
Hey, Ryan, you're still in here. Buddy, thank you. Thank you very much.
Guys, thanks for everybody for hanging out and watching. I just flipped it back over to Paul's chat there. So
thanks.
I could see that. I was over on mine for a minute.
Oh, that's, And everybody remember Hobby Revolution. We need to get him up. So if you haven't subbed him, please go and sub.
Yeah, I did have more subscribers when I made videos when it was RC stuff.
Yeah, and that's just it, right? Like that channel he just decided to keep, and we're now going to grow it for him. So that's where we're headed. We want to, grow a couple brands, keep on going. And
I have all the logos and everything still, so might as well, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's there. Why not use it?
Beautifully done logos by Sean's wife, Tina, did them. So
put a link on the video when you end it. Okay, yeah. No problem, Jeff. Do you hear that?
Yep.
Put a link on the video. Yep. No, you put a link on the video.
I will do it right now.
Yeah, there you go. So anyway, guys, again, have a great night. We can say good night till we're blue in the face. And I have to say it in the info, please. Okay, so all right, so you want it in the actual info part, and I will Jeff, you'll have to send me the link there, and I'll do it for you.
All right, I will do that.
Yeah, and anyway, again, thank you. Until next time, guys. I'm just gonna say game over. And Jeff,
It's right there for anybody that wants it as well. I don't have a cool tagline. Oh, wait, wrong shirt.
wrong
Wait,
shirt.
how does it go? Because I've been using this since like 1997.
Whoa,
It's not a hobby; it's a way of life.
it is a way of life, and if you want to
It
do this
used
full time, it's definitely a way of life. So,
it used
guys,
to be, but now it's just a hobby.
game over.